in front of you. From the letters of Paul, come give us a call. Heard you on a scope, then we cutting too. Did this corner of the week, then topic 1. Might as well dive right up and then topic 2. And it's Thursday night, better come tune in. Yeah, the rain's on the wall, too wonderful. We going live on the big screen. Tallahassee Camp doing big things. For the people, yeah, the pops be fishing. You ain't tuned in, you gon' miss it. Pay attention, man, you better go listen. For the 12, yeah, you know we on a mission. What's going on, yeah, we gon' list it. In time news, out to the missiles.
Raya, you the GOAT, boy. Always keep the feast in remembrance, praising our God with a song in my present. Glorious stars like a chain with a pendant. Spirit of joy I receive, so I'm sending. Spread it to my bros, that's my vibe.
Uh-oh, they're doing it again.
No, man.
Turn me up, please. I can't even hear myself on the microphone. Hey, shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ bless. Shalom, viewing audience. This is Israel United in Christ, and this is the Writings on the Wall radio show. To my right,
Officer Obadiah.
Shalom, Israel, Officer Elijah.
Shalom, Israel, Officer Samson.
This is your place for end time news. That's right.
All praises, we back. Turn me up some more, please, IT, help me out. I'm pleading with you. Please turn my microphone up, please. Thank you. All praises, man. We back with another show. Happy to be back.
That's right.
Happy to be back. There's so much drama in the world today. You know what I thought I was about to say? I was about to say LBC, Snoop Dogg, so much drama in LBC. But nah, man, hey, all praise to the Most High. We are back. Officers, we traveled this past week, didn't we?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, where we went?
We went to Atlanta, so we freighted the ship in Atlanta. And just to let you all know, Israel, hey, the Israelites, so-called Black Hispanic Native American, the army of God is waking up. We are waking up. Ezekiel chapter 37 is being revealed.
That's right.
So just to let you know that.
And you know that's right.
Like Bishop y'all say, when we bring out the laws and statutes of the Bible, the angels got to activate.
Ooh.
So the angels are activated.
So I see Samson. He's starting early.
Right.
Yes,
He's starting early.
That's
You
right.
the only one who went. These brothers ain't saying nothing.
I was waiting for I to say something.
Okay.
Definitely, I enjoy myself. Not only able to fellowship with the brothers down there, and what I did take out of this trip, seeing the how serious we're taking it to the next level. Every step, everything that we do, we maximize it to the 100%. See the brothers standing up in line. We're learning how to be leaders. We're learning how to lead the army of the Most High God.
That's right.
All praises. And in that same sense, it's going into the scripture. And anything you set your hand to do it with all that might. That's what we witnessed. We witnessed the instruction and the setup of how we're gonna have discipline. And that's something that we lack in our communities. We lack discipline. And that's the reason why we're leading in all of the stuff we're leading in, all the single-parent households and all that stuff, because we lack discipline. God gave us laws, we don't follow them. And Israel United in Christ is teaching us how to bring discipline back to the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right, because our people need to see that thing, right?
That's right.
What's the one? Judith 8, right? Judith 8:24 showed a good example. Let's read that real quick, man. Let's read a few scriptures. But yeah, excellent time. Shout out to Deacon Malachi and the captains in Atlanta. Also, shout out to Bishop Nathaniel, Bishop Yawasa, Bishop Kanai, all the deacons, captains, officers. All right. But, hey, read that script real quick to go off what Officer Elijah just sprung out. Read that.
The book of Judith, chapter 8 and verse 24.
Go ahead.
Now therefore, O brethren, let us show an example to our brethren.
Right, just like the officer said, we need to show an example to our brethren. You know the examples we've seen. We're going to go over it a little bit today. We see what sports players with football, basketball, whatever it is. You got the rappers, and you got the whores. You got all of these bad examples, right?
Yep.
So, like you said, you know, we're learning and we're being groomed to be leaders of the nation.
Right.
You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
All right, it's a new day. You know, sisters can't complain about the men anymore.
Right.
Brothers, the sisters are getting their minds right. Okay, and we're doing what? We're establishing the start of a great nation.
That's
again,
right.
make Israel great again.
That's right.
Read that all the way through, please.
Nope.
Now therefore, O brethren, let us show an example to our brethren.
Go ahead.
Because their hearts depend on us.
Right, because their hearts depend on it. Think about us. I always use this example every time. I never knew what a new moon was until I started studying with Israel United in Christ.
Right.
You understand? Our people don't really know what they're missing until they see thousands upon thousands marching through their city block. Right. You understand? They don't understand that they never had that imagery until it, boom, we just show up and it hits them right in the face.
Right.
Sisters break into tears. Brothers is like, damn, what is this? Damn. Go ahead, officer.
I would say that they're taught to reject it because it's something new. Because when you think about it, Cap, they try to say we're a cult, but everything that the black community complains about, we fixing it. We don't have the deadbeat daddy. We don't have the brother sitting in front of the remote on the video game all day. We don't have the beating on the wives. We don't have none of that stuff. We don't have the drugs in our community because we're stopping it. When you come in the doors of IUIC in any school around the world, you're going to learn how to change all the things that go against the Bible.
Boys to men.
Right. No, the reason I have an issue is it Jeremiah 28? Give me that. Jeremiah 28 and 8. Because they're used to seeing us lead as bad leaders and bad examples. It's a conditioning process. Once you become a defector, once you go against the matrix and everything that they set up and establish, now you become an issue. That's the real reason there. Because like you said, we're not a hate group. We're not a cult. We don't cause harm to anybody. All we do is change lives. That's it. Change, like the officer said, boys to men, baby mamas to righteous wives. You understand? But it's not us. It's the word of God. So they don't really have an issue with us. It's the word of God that they have an issue with.
Right.
Read that, please.
Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old
Go ahead.
prophesied both against many countries.
That's the thing right there. Because let America tell you, they say all men can have minstrels. Y'all remember that, right? The frozen tomato popsicle, right? You remember that?
You done lost your damn
According to
mind.
America, they say that what? Man and a man can get married. Okay, they say it's all right. We'll allow you to eat weed edibles and you could take fentanyl. We won't be arrested. That's what America teaches. But we teach contrary to that. Read that again. Watch this.
The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old
Go ahead.
prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right. You know why we prophesy? I got to get to the weather report, right? But real quick, you know why we prophesy against that? Because we want to see the end of our captivity. That's the thing about it. They want to keep this thing going. They want to keep. Give me Matthew 24 and 14. Because Christ commanded us what? When you prophesy against this country, against the war, the pestilence, all of that, guess what? We are fulfilling the gospel. We are doing what we're commanded to do. All right, and that's going to activate the angels. I think you said that earlier. That's right. It was Isaiah 13, right?
Right.
Hey, that's going to activate the angels as we walk in the will of God. That's right. Read that real quick.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 14.
Come on.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world.
And that gospel, when you read from what, 2, 3 on down, that gospel is the what? The wars, the rumors of wars, hated of all nations for Christ's name's sake, the earthquakes, the iniquity abounding, all of that. All of that is the gospel. Read it again.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world.
Come on.
For a witness unto all nations.
Meaning what? Meaning what? When the earthquakes happen, we know. And the industry know that what? There is a God.
That's right.
That's what you got to understand. When you see the earthquakes, when you see the pestilence, when you see wars and rumors of wars, meaning what? there's a God. You can't blame that on anything else except this Bible, because it said that this was going to happen thousands of years before it was written. Before it took place.
Right.
You understand what I'm talking about? Read it again.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
Come on.
And then shall the end come.
There it is. And then shall the end come. So all praise to the Most High for that thing right there.
Oh, praises.
Let's jump into the world weather report. Play the clip.
Bring it on.
This is the World Weather Report brought to you by the Writings on the Wall radio show. We're going to slide right into this thing, man. Hey, as y'all know, situation last week with Turkey and Syria, the Most High dropped a hammer over there.
Right.
Devastation. It climbed, a few thousand, 3,000, 15, 20. Now, brothers and sisters, the complete death toll is over 40,000.
Wow.
In literally a matter of like a week and a half, 40,000 people have died because of that. We got a video on some of the aftermath. It's like a over-the-top shot. Play that for me.
Turkey and Syria aftermath.
You know, they could try to say, you know, it's HARP or whatever. They plan these earthquakes. No. You gotta stop. 40,000 dead. That's God deciding that was going to take place.
Right.
Like it says in Hebrews, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord.
Right.
Why? Because look at all the devastation. Look at all the collapses. All the buildings collapsing. All right. There was some on footage. I think the one that Bishop showed. They were underneath trying to rescue somebody, then a building just came down right on camera, bro. Wow. All right. So hey, if nothing doesn't motivate you to keep the laws, that's what it means to fear the Lord right there.
Right.
All right, to be afraid. Give me that one. You know what I want. Afraid of his judgments. Give me that one. The fear of the Lord. This is what the fear of the Lord is actually about. Because you see, he just killed how many people? 40,000. Over 40,000 people.
Right.
All right. This is why we should fear the Lord. Read that.
Y'all all right?
Yeah, you know what I want. That's why I be testing them, bro. I gotta make sure they on point.
Right.
Let me see what he come up with. He still don't know it.
Y'all all right?
The fear, Psalms 119. You don't know.
Sir.
Okay.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 120.
There you go.
Bring it on.
Oh Lord! Somebody help him.
120. I'm sorry.
Is it dark over there?
I got a cap.
All right.
I'm sorry. Psalms chapter 119, verse 120.
Go ahead.
My flesh trembleth for fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgment.
Right. Afraid of thy judgments. That right there, the earthquake. Right. All right. That's one of his judgments right there.
Right.
Hey, and if you do read on Writings on the Wall radio show, yes, you will be quizzed live on air. What you got, officer?
And you know that's right.
Say, it's crazy, Cap, because a lot of our people like to say that this Mother Nature, they like, but they don't realize this is God. This is the God of the Bible, not that imagery that they gave us of God in the Bible. Think about it. Christ walked on water. Christ stopped the storm with just saying stop. They can give credit to all these Marvel characters, think Thor can control lightning and Storm can do something, but God did this. And this is what God does whenever he tells you to do something, you don't do it.
Hey, that's heavy because, like you said, they'll say the Marvel characters, right?
Right.
Because those are idols in themselves.
Right.
All right. That's what y'all don't understand when you're don't get it twisted. All right, you watching for leisure, but don't forget for 1 second that if you don't stay in these scriptures, you could end up worshiping them same idols.
Right.
Wonder Woman, which is what's her name? Diana. When you read Acts. All right. You got all of these other quote-unquote deities because they're false gods. They're idols.
Right.
All right, but just like the officer said, they try to give credit to everybody, any and everybody except the Most High God.
Right.
We had, the cyclone. There was a cyclone that happened in where was it at? New Zealand? Okay, yeah. Pull that up. Pull that up. Cyclone in New Zealand. Yeah, read that.
New Zealand cyclone. New Zealand declares national emergency as Cyclone Gabrielle pounds North Island.
Hey, did we have a video of that? Okay, yeah. Play that. So you got the cyclone in New
Zealand. A
Zealand.
powerful cyclone has lashed New Zealand. It pummeled its largest city, Auckland, and surrounding areas with strong wind and rain, and prompted the government to declare a national state of emergency for only the third time in its history.
It has been a very big night for New Zealanders across the country, but particularly in the upper North Island. A lot of families displaced, a lot of homes without power, extensive damage done across the country.
New Zealand declared national emergencies after the Christchurch earthquake in 2011 and when the pandemic hit in 2020. The new declaration lets authorities prioritize the response to Cyclone Gabrielle, which has caused widespread flooding, landslides, and extensive damage to roads and infrastructure. As rivers swell and the tide rises, the storm has forced evacuations and even stranded people on rooftops.
All right, so
One New Zealand
you're seeing
official
what
has
the hand of
called
the Lord, he's touching everywhere.
Right.
You had something, right, or no?
Yeah, let me get a precept. What you see going on here, like you were saying, Cap, because we lack the fear of the Most High God, because we like to give the other things credit, the Most High God is stepping it up even higher, showing you, hey, whether you repent, whether you believe my existence, I will show my power. Let me get Sirach chapter 1 and verse 8.
Bring it on. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 8. There is one wise and greatly to be feared, the Lord sitting upon his throne.
You see that there's one wise, greatly to be feared. Who is that? The Most High God. The other nations, they don't want that. Why? Because God choose who? God choose us. But he's showing his power.
That's right.
Through what you see going on. He giving them earthquake. He giving them pestilence. He giving them flood. All these things is just to show his power.
Now, I like that. That's a good scripture. Let's stay in the book of Sirach. Go to 43. That's an excellent precept. Because it is. And that's what I'm saying, man. What you're going to see a bunch of conspiracy theories, and we're going to get to some today in today's show. But brothers and sisters, especially those who know who they are, you know you're Israelite, you know that God is black, Christ is black. We got to stick to the Bible. Do not get caught up in conspiracy. Don't get caught up in that stuff because you're going to go down a rabbit hole that you can't get out of. All right. The best thing to do is lean to our strength, and that's the scriptures. That's right. Just to go along with officers bringing out Sirach 43:15. Read that, please.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 43 and verse 15.
Come on.
By his great power, he maketh the clouds firm.
You see that? Because it's the Lord that does these things. It says, by the Lord's great power, he maketh the what?
The clouds firm.
Read on.
And the hailstones are broken small.
And the hailstorms are broken small because what? That's his power. When he sends his angels for the judgment, that's him working through the storm. That's the Lord doing that thing. Go ahead.
That's right.
At his sight, the mountains are shaken.
It says, at his sight, the mountains are shaking. Come on.
And at his will, the south wind bloweth.
Right. The mountain shaking, those earthquakes right there. Okay, that's the earth shaking. And it said what now?
And at his will, the south wind bloweth.
Right, and at his will, the south wind bloweth. Come on.
The noise of the thunder maketh the earth to tremble.
Right, the noise of the thunder, read, thunder and lightning, go ahead.
So doth the northern storm and the whirlwind.
And the what?
And the whirlwind.
And that's what took place right there in New Zealand. The whirlwind right there. All right, so the Lord is in the storm. You can't give credit to nobody else.
That's right.
All right, so all praise to the Most High, man. As we get closer to that day, give me that Romans 13:11, man. We gotta watch and pray, like it says in Matthew. Right. But it's time for our people to wake up. All right, time for our people to wake up. For those who are new, when we say wake up, I mean come out that deep sleep. Meaning what? You're not an African American. You're not a Haitian. Right. You're not a Dominican. You're not a Jamaican. You are an Israelite according to the scriptures.
That's right.
Understand that thing. And now is the time. I'm telling you. I was riding with Brother Joshua, Brother Mordecai, and Brother Tobit on the way here, and I'm kind of jumping the gun a little bit. But as you know, there's been a bunch of chemical waste and clouds and all that stuff. Right. Bro, Tallahassee, a whole downtown was all misty with smoke in the air. And it wasn't no fire because we could smell it.
Right.
I was like, what the hell is going on? So I wouldn't be surprised if I read an article later. You seen it too, right?
I smelt it. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Like at my job and stuff. I was
Like,
like,
what the hell is this? So I wouldn't be surprised if we find an article later today.
Right.
Yep.
But just showing you the importance of this. This is the time, brothers and sisters.
sir.
We are living. We are living in perilous times, like the scripture says.
That's right.
What I call?
Romans 13.
Yeah. Read that.
The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11.
Go ahead.
And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Right now is the time to awake out of that sleep. Come on.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
And how do we know it? Because like we read earlier in Matthew 24, okay? Matthew 24, when you start seeing the earthquakes and the false Christs and the imprisonments and all of that, all right? That's how you know. And it's going to be a witness against those who don't believe, all right? So all praise to the Most High for the War Weather Report brought to you by Writings on the Wall radio show. But we're going to get into the next segment, Coon of the Week. Play that.
Bring it on.
Go to the title, please. Read that.
Who is Takashi Murakami? Travis Jesus symbolism and meaning explored as Damar Hamlin jacket design comes under fire.
Now go back to the picture, please. No, go back to the picture, please. Thank you so much. Now, this gentleman right here on the left, his name is Damar Hamlin. Probably a month ago, we covered a story with Damar Hamlin. I don't know if y'all remember, but this is the brother who collapsed during the game.
Right.
Okay, and basically they said he was unresponsive, didn't have a heartbeat. Okay, now this is an interesting story. As you know, last Sunday the Super Bowl took place, right?
Yes, sir.
So he showed up to the Super Bowl in certain attire. So we're going to examine this attire real quick. Watch this, y'all.
Wait a minute.
So he is. You can't really make it out right there. So do me a favor, scroll down to the Twitter post. Scroll down to the Twitter post. All right, read that for us, please.
Damar Hamlin's jacket, made by artist Takashi Murakami, is titled Travis Jesus.
Now, it's going to tell you why it's titled Travis Jesus.
Somebody
read that.
come and look at this. Rapper Travis Scott sacrificed his fans in a satanic ritual at Astroworld. First made the piece famous by commissioning a jeweler to turn the image into a large rhinestone-encrusted pendant.
Right. So the brother, obviously the Most High saw fit to spare his life, right? But this just shows you how lost our people really are.
Right.
Okay? Go back to the picture, please. I want you to keep it up as we discuss this. Scroll down slightly. So this, in the middle, this is the rapper, right? It's Travis Scott. And he has a white Jesus piece encrusted, but it looks clownish. It looks, you know what it looked like? It looked like one of them Northern Kingdom idols. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, sir.
That they be having in them house with the candles lit and all that stuff like that. So he gets that, and he knows that's associated with what happened in Astroworld, where people lost their lives at this brother's concert. Now he gets that made into a jacket and puts eternal. Just to show you, bro. Yeah, what's the one in Hosea 4? Okay, our people are lost, bro.
Right.
Our people have no idea. His life was just spared. Instead of him getting himself right. He looks like he goes deeper into the folly right there. Read that for us, please.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Right. So Lord's will the brother get his mind right, but it seemed like he's still in that realm, man, with the wrong people advising him. Go ahead, officer.
And that's why, Cap, and that's why we gotta surround ourselves with like godly men that gonna tell you what to do wrong and do right. Give me Baruch 4:1, because without the laws and statutes and commandments, we dead. I'm spiritually dead. As that read.
Baruch chapter 4 verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God.
So the whole book is the commandments of the Most High God. Read.
And the law that endureth forever.
So the laws endure forever, not your own thoughts. We got to come back. Our thoughts got to be lined up with the Bible. Without our thoughts lined up with the Bible, we nothing. We fools. Read.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
So although they keep the commandments, shall come to life. Not going off how we feel, what feel good to us. I'm gonna wear this, wear that.
Right, wearing them idols, hey, that's not gonna get him where he want to be.
That's right.
Hey, the brother, I'm pretty sure the brother's happy he's alive. So Lord's where the brother gets this memo, somebody share it with him, so he come out of that witchcraft. That's what it is. Them idols, that's witchcraft, man.
Right.
What you got?
Hey, a lot of our people, they'll do stuff like to get clout or to be different or to stand out, and they don't realize we're gonna have to give an account for everything we do, and what has been taken from us is our history. We just had Black History Month, but our people don't know about the people of the Bible that's our history and our ancestors and how they rode. Give me that in 2 Maccabees chapter 6 verse 18. I'm gonna show y'all an example because he has a platform to where people follow the things he do. So he got to be aware of the messages he's sending. The people, the powers that be, they don't care about you. They just care that you push the message that they want so more followers would do what he's doing. Read that.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 18.
Read.
Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man, and of well-favored countenance.
So he was well known amongst the people. Read.
Was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh.
So they got somebody, as the Greeks was taking over the Israelites, they got somebody of a well-known stature to try to make him eat swine in front of everybody to make the rest of the people drop their guard and eat swine because this famous man did it or this well-renowned man did it. Read verse 21.
Verse 21. But they that had the charge of the wicked feast for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision.
They told him, hey, you ain't got to really eat pork. You can eat beef and call it pork. So you can just eat it in front of them so they'll know to eat pork, but you can keep God's laws yourself. They don't mind you saving yourself as long as they get the majority, read.
Such as was lawful for him to use, and make as if he did eat of the flesh.
So they wanted to use his example for the other people to do it, but let's see what he chose to do. Read verse 19.
Verse 19.
This is the mentality our celebrities need to take on for themselves.
But he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live strained with such an abomination.
That's what our brothers and sisters need to be doing in the entertainment industry. For our women put on pants, they need to die gloriously to keep God's commandment. For they do these things on Saturday, for they wear these idols, y'all should be willing to die for God because everybody swear they love God till it come to keeping these commandments.
Right. What's that? The Sirach 10 and 9. We went over this last week. Give me that one real quick. Sirach chapter 10, verse 9. But yeah, man, that's like you said, officer. It's their agenda because I'm pretty sure he didn't sit there and come up with that jacket designs like, nah. They said, no, you're going to wear this, and you're going to be on camera at this moment. Because, hey, I stay in the news. That's exactly what they did. They sat him by an Edomite lady who had 2 NFL sons playing in the Super Bowl together. So they kept putting the spotlight on them. They're trying to convey and put out a certain message that they want out there, just like the officer bring out. Read that real quick, please.
The book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
Right, that's the issue. That's the issue. Like you said, brothers chasing clout or financial, whatever they want. All right, there's nothing worse than a covetous man. Go ahead.
For such an one setteth his own soul to sell.
You see that? Such as one setteth his own soul to sell. All right, that's the issue right there. Brothers don't care about what God requires. They just want to do what they want. They want to please themselves. Esau says, hey, do this for me, wear this, put on this dress, and we're going to get to that too. For you brothers out there, for you NFL players out there. All right, hey, but that's exactly what they do. And some take it up even further. It just depends on how covetous they really are. Finish that off.
Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
Yeah, you see that thing? So as he liveth, he casts away his bowels. Now keep that in mind for the brothers that we're gonna play a little bit later, because hey, there's levels to it. He's wearing idols openly. All right, but some other brothers they take it a step further. Hey, do me real quick. We'll digress and get back on that in a little bit. But put up the next one with Rihanna. Read that, please.
British Vogue. Rihanna is British Vogue's March 2023 cover star.
Now, they're not married. They're just boyfriend and girlfriend.
Wow.
Hey,
Come on now, dog.
Hey,
mama.
ain't this guy, his name with the Rocky, A$AP Rocky, right? That's who that is, right?
Yes, sir.
Didn't he wear like a dress a long time ago?
I wouldn't be surprised.
And you know that's
he did something like real feminine, right?
Yeah, he looked feminine.
The hell
That's right. Phone call.
We got a phone call? Okay. Hey, find that for me. I know he did something. Hey, Shalom, caller, what's your question or your comment?
Shalom, most high Christ bless. I just wanted to say I appreciate the information, the job you guys doing, waking up the nation. So,
Hey,
that's all I was fighting for.
hey, all praise to the Most High, man. We appreciate you watching and supporting, bro. All praise to the Father. Hey, y'all found it for me, IT? I'm sorry, it just came to my mind. I think he did something suspect some years ago. You got it? Okay. IT on point today, man. I got to give y'all a point.
Right.
There you go. Okay, he painted his fingernails.
Wow, that's a smiley face?
Yeah, painted his fingernails.
Come on
See,
now,
I told you he
dog.
did that. And there he is in a dress.
What the hell?
Okay. All right. I don't even know what to call that right there. There you go. All right. So this dude paints his fingernails.
Dang.
He's in a dress. What's Psalms 82? Give me Psalms 82 and 5, bro. This is confusion. That's what it is. This is confusion. And that's exactly what they want. What'd you say?
As it to the 10th power.
To the 10th power, exactly.
Right.
This is straight up confusion, man. Read the verse.
Psalms chapter 82, verse 5.
Come on.
They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness.
That's the thing. Like the Damar Hamlin, does he really know the depths of what he's doing? Probably not, but it don't matter. It don't matter. You still got to choose what's right. You still got to do the right thing, bro. Same thing with A$AP Rocky. Bro, doesn't nature even teach you that? Yeah.
Bring it out.
You know that's women's clothes. You're supposed to be painting your nails and wearing
Right.
dresses. Read that verse again, man.
What the hell?
They know not.
Go ahead.
Neither will they understand.
Neither will they understand. Read.
They walk on in darkness.
They walk on in darkness because just like it says, y'all know what I want. Wisdom of Solomon 14. I want Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14 because this generation, these entertainers and the younger crowd, the millennials, bro, they don't want to know better.
Right.
That's the issue.
Yep.
We're living in what's called the age of information.
Right.
Anything that you want to find out, bro, get on Google. You can get it. You don't have to. You know how back in the day, like in elementary school or whatever, we used to do like the research papers. You have to go to the library and go like the Nexus Lexus thing. You have to do all of that and try to find stuff for a research paper.
Right.
Bro, you could do a research paper in like 30 minutes just by getting online, bro.
Right.
You understand? So there's no excuse. They want to remain that way.
Right.
Wisdom of Solomon 14, it should be like 22.
Yes, sir.
You know what I want.
Yes, sir.
Read that.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 22.
Come on.
Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of God.
Right. They erred in the knowledge of God, like it say in Psalms 82. Go ahead.
But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance.
There it is. There it is. They live in the great war of ignorance. They want to remain dumb. You had something, officer?
Yes, sir. That get.
Hey, when I get back, go back to Psalms 82 and 5. I forgot to finish that, but go ahead, officer.
Hey, let me get a precept. Give me Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 9. Something that a lot of our people fail to understand. When you do that, it's just you are setting yourself up for a failure. When you ignoring the obvious. Read that to me.
Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart.
So what the Bible's telling you here, a lot of our brothers and sisters, they're gonna hear, they're not gonna really understand it. Why? Because they didn't want to know. They didn't want to take heed to what the Bible is saying. God said, "Oh, is that what you want to do? Now I'm gonna make sure you're gonna fall for your own lust and follow your own foolishness, just so I could put you to death. Even though the truth will be coming right in their face, they're not gonna see it because they already
because they reject it.
There you go.
Like 2 Thessalonians, right?
2 Thessalonians,
right? Because
exactly.
they reject it. That's gonna be their destruction right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Finish that in Psalms 82. I know I'd be jumping, but finish that, please.
Psalms chapter 82, verse 5.
Come on.
They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Everything's out of course. That's what Esau wants to push. We got to call him? All right, we'll take it. Hey, Shalom caller, what's your question or your comment?
Just a comment to what Captain was talking about. How should I say this? We're not heeding and listening to what God says. I had a conversation with my daughter, and we in the truth, and we was telling her about the truth, but she's learning.
Okay.
And my husband says for her to be humble. But I added that she need to keep the commandment because she know like not to wear pants. She know a few of them.
Right, right, right.
And she got highly upset with me for telling her that. Was I wrong for that?
Oh no,
Telling her
no, sis. You're not wrong for that at all. What does it say? Galatians 6. Is that's the one I want? 7. Am I become your enemy? Is that the one I want?
Yeah.
Yes.
6.
Right? Yeah. You read that. You got your eyes on it. Yeah, you know what I want. It's in that vicinity. Read that.
14.
Go ahead.
The book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 14.
Come on.
But God forbid that I should glory. Say,
That's not it? Oh gosh. Somebody get that for me,
Lord
please.
have mercy.
I'm shooting from the hip, meaning I ain't looking at it. So somebody give me it. Am I your enemy? Because I tell you the truth. Anybody? It's Galatians 4.
4 and 16.
4 and 16.
Backwards.
Backwards. Okay, all praise. Thank y'all. Y'all all right. Y'all all right. Read that.
the book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 16.
Go ahead.
Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Right. You see that, sis? You got to teach the truth because at the end of the day, you're the one that's going to be held accountable.
That's right.
Because you know better. Like, give me the one in James 4 and 17. You know better, sis. So you got to do what? Once you learn better, you got to teach better. You got to set a good example. And that's your daughter. You're responsible for her to teach her correctly. So if she want to turn on you, hey, she's not turning on you. She really despising God.
Right.
Never forget that. Read this for us.
James chapter 4, verse 17.
Go ahead.
Therefore to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin.
Right, and like you said, she knows she's not supposed to be wearing pants. So guess what?
Yes.
She knows what's good, and she chooses on her in her own mind, all right, that she don't want to do it. So God says, because you despise this truth, that is sin. Read on.
Right.
But now ye rejoice in your boasting.
All right, that's it on that. That's it on that. That's the point I wanted to make. So it's up to her, sis. Once you give us the solution, it's either she hears it and accepts it, or she close her ears and get destroyed. There's nothing you could do about it. All you could do, you could pray. Pray for mercy that she get it. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be her decision, sis.
Right.
And you know
But
that's
I told her if you know better, you do better.
Right.
And she told me I need to get help.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's the thing
Yeah.
about it. You already checked yourself in. She the one that don't want to take the medicine.
Right.
So just say, hey, let her know that the Most High, he's not playing no games, especially right now. So if she don't want to follow this truth, she's literally putting her soul in jeopardy, sis.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
Hey, but you continue to strive for the truth, though, all right?
That's right.
Yes.
All praise to the Father. Thank you for calling in,
Thank
sis.
you.
All praise. Shalom, shalom. Hey, for the sake of time, what's next?
Bring it on.
Okay, so this is Rihanna at the Super Bowl. Go back to that picture with her and A$AP Rocky, though. Go back to that, man. So, I'm sorry, I just can't move past this, bro. You got her leading the way.
Right.
You got him with it. I'm sorry, that hand looks really lazy.
the hell is
Okay?
this?
And he's carrying the baby. That's
Right.
That's backwards.
exactly
Right.
that's backward. That's like I said in Psalms, out of course.
Right.
And that's changing of kinds. The role, what they want really, Esau wants straight confusion where you can't tell the difference between a man and a woman.
Right.
Like last week, they saying that periods ain't just for women. Periods is for everybody. The hell is this? No, it's for women according to God.
Right.
Genesis 3:16. We're not going to it, but that's the agenda that America wants to push. But put the picture back up. One of my favorite precepts is, y'all know this is the perfect poster child for this scripture. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22.
There you go. There you go.
This is when real life imitates the Bible, right here.
Right.
Watch this.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31.
Okay, IT, can you keep the picture up as we read the verse?
All right.
Read that, please.
Jeremiah, chapter 31,
Lord
verse
have
22.
mercy.
Come on.
How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter?
Uh-huh.
For the Lord created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
Right. A woman's going to compass the man in everything.
Right.
In everything. She's
Right.
he's known, but she like the breadwinner.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? In that relationship, you can see who runs it. Because think about it. if that wasn't true, that picture would have never been taken.
Right.
Because there ain't no way I ever take a picture like that with my wife. You got me messed up. Y'all can take it down now.
no,
there ain't no
not
way.
never.
Go ahead, officer. Yes,
No,
sir.
hey, look, get that picture up.
Put the picture back up.
Hey, this brother need to repent, man. He become the caregiver. You know, usually the women is the one that play the role.
Right.
And then look at her looking very haughty. You know,
Like
prideful.
I run this
Yeah,
nigga
I
right
run
here.
this.
Right.
And him, he's holding he's holding her tail, as opposed to, you know, usually the woman is the one that holding the man for security. That's backward. That's backward. The Most High, if he doesn't repent, the Most High will check you for that.
Those are the only type imagery that they want to put on TV. The ones where it's the family is out of order, like what is it? Dwayne Wade and his family. They put them on on magazines because they're pushing this backwards thing. Even with the this family right here, that's baby daddy and baby mama. They're not married. They don't put families like LeBron James. He's actually married. He may not be keeping the law, but he's actually married. They don't push healthy black families in front of people. They push stuff like this because this is what they want to push. A woman leading, and they're not married, and they're basically baby mama and baby daddy.
Why wasn't it Chinese or white people?
You're never gonna see that.
Right.
You're not gonna see that
Not
because
never.
remember, everything that happened on the earth. Like I say, y'all know I like this movie. It's called The Truman Show.
Right.
Oh, yes.
All right, The Truman Show is a similitude of the nation of Israel. All right, with Jim Carrey. I need to check that thing out.
Yeah.
Meaning what? Everything in his realm and his earth was about him. All right, because he was taken from birth and put into this artificial world. So every day of his life was a TV show.
Right.
That's the same thing with us.
Yep.
The reason, like you said, officer, you ain't gonna see the Chinese do stuff like that.
Nope.
Because it ain't about them. We're the stars from beginning to end. And the ultimate goal, the adversary, is to destroy us.
That's
You
right.
understand? Right. Truman Show. Y'all gotta watch that thing if you have not seen it. But give me another. Put it back up since we teeing off on that image. Not that. The other one. Sirach 36 too. All right. Because even though they're not married, it's still backward. They're still playing house.
Right.
Okay. Sirach 36:24.
The
Read
book of
that.
Sirach, chapter 36, verse 24.
Come on.
He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
That's what the scripture say. Beginneth a possession. In this picture right here, obviously she's the master and he's the possession.
Right.
Obviously, she like, come on, nigga. Right. And the thing about it, any sister that's okay with this imagery, sis, there's something wrong. There's something psychologically wrong with you. Okay? You know what, IT?
Better say
I
it.
have a video for you. I did not know we was going to spend this much time on this, IT.
Bring it out.
But I have a video. All right, anybody got something
Yes, sir.
say? Watch this.
Give me on the 1 Corinthians 11 and 8. Because how Esau tried to paint the picture, it's okay to have boyfriend and girlfriend. It's okay that the woman to lead. They always do stuff backwards. You know what I'm saying? They always go contrary against what the Most High God say. That's why they're going to get destroyed, read.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
For the man is not of the woman,
Uh-huh. The Bible said the man is not for the woman, read.
but the woman of the man.
Right, but the woman of the man. That's why Eve got taken out of man, read.
Neither was man created for the woman,
So the man was not created for the woman. But what?
but the woman for the man.
But the woman for the man. So men, we gotta lead. Once the Israelite men start waking up and taking care of their household, guess what? That's when you're gonna see what? Strong nation. And you know that's right. The strong nation come from strong marriages.
Hey, real quick. Yes, I'm going to use this video in my class this Sabbath. Tune in. All right, I'm going to use it differently, but it just came to mind. Y'all got to see this thing.
popped up.
How the roles changed over time. All right, play this video, please. Y'all got it loaded? All right, play that.
Documentary. One of every 3 married in this country,
Stop.
black or
So it says, is working women the cause of the family breakdown? All right, run it back. All right, pay close attention, y'all. So in this caption, it say, why marriages don't last like they used to. Listen closely, all right? Play that.
documentary. One of every 3 married in this country, black or white, ends in a divorce in 18 months. Now, you see, it used to be.
So he say, at that time, I'm thinking that's like the early 80s right there. At that time, it say, it didn't matter the demographic said within 18 months, that was the average time marriages lasted at that time. I know it's much worse now. Yeah. So it said in 18 months, that's normally when divorce takes place. All right, watch this. Play the rest of that.
You got divorced, something was wrong with you. But when you have a stat this high, something must be going on in society. I now want to explain what that is.
So stop. It was a point in time where if you got a divorce, people looking at you crazy, like something wrong with you. That's divorce is never an option.
Right.
All right, but now it's like the first option now. Okay, so it used to be typical and normal that something was wrong with that relationship or that brother or that sister. Now play the rest of that. I ain't gonna interrupt no more.
America believed in agriculture. America believed in extended family.
Stop. I'm sorry. I just lied. I'm sorry. So he said right there, he said that when America's industry or, the trade was primarily in agriculture, it believed in the family structure. So rewind it about 5 seconds, okay, and play on.
Now I'll explain what that is. When America believed in agriculture, America believed in extended family. When America believed in the factory industrialism, America believed in the nuclear family. But now that America believes in the computer, now America believes in a single-parent family.
Stop. So they say now, since America believes in a computer, in this day, like the age of information, it says America believes in a single family. And he's gonna explain why. Go back to it.
See my analysis. When the economy changed, the family structure changed. There was more than love in these relationships. There was some money involved here. Our grandparents worked the fields together, had economic reason to stay together, and so they did. In a factory, man works in a factory, woman takes care of children. Economic reason, again, to stay together. But in this new economy, where you now have women working just as much, if not more, than men, you now hear women telling men, I don't need you, got my own job. Do what I want to do, when I want to do it. And we are now doing it very well and by ourselves.
Stop. You say that, doing it very well and by ourselves. Like, for example, people like Beyonce. Put up that picture of Rihanna in her possession.
Yes.
Okay. So you got people like Beyonce. They say to the left. Who runs the world, girls, all that stuff like that, bruh. But the thing about it, she's pushing an agenda, but she married.
Right.
You understand? This right here, this type of agenda that Rihanna pushing, even though she's not married, she still got a man, right?
Right.
But a lot of sisters, they're gonna look at that and say, nah, you gotta bow down to me. But they're gonna be single. They can't see that it's a trap and an agenda that's being pushed to destroy the nucleus of the black household. They can't see that thing. And even in this relationship, bro, this dude is a simp. He's making me sick. Take it down. He's making me sick. But Rihanna, she the breadwinner. She's a billionaire at this point. So how he sees it, he's engulfed in what the dragon is pushing. So guess what? Hey, she's a billionaire. I would be stupid not to listen to her. And a lot of brothers is following his example as well. There's a lot of simps out here. All right, hey, you can go ahead, but we gotta move on, man.
It was just now I kind of see what probably happened between her and what's his name?
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown said, "I ain't taking that."
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's exactly what happened because obviously you could tell she liked to be the ruler, the lead.
Right.
He didn't want that.
Hey, maybe. You know, Chris Brown. He liked to run it. He likes to run. That's what he do. So you probably right. Hey, real quick. Hey, let's go to the next one, man. Let's go to the next one. What we got?
Chris Brown said, "Ain't no way."
Okay. Read that.
City Girls JT. Rihanna was heavenly at Super Bowl.
Okay, read.
God's got to be a woman.
So obviously that doesn't. Just shut up. That's number one. They are pushing this agenda, man. They pushing just straight confusion. Straight confusion. Play her video of her foolish talk that she's going to regret. All right, play that.
Look, hey, JT, how was that game? I mean,
that was Rihanna Bowl. She won. Congratulations. She did that for the real bitches. Oh, my God, you see her stomach, how she came out on the orange.
Yes.
Bitch better have her money.
I got to know, though, listen. To do that performance that you just saw, which was, like, arguably goated, right? Pregnant? What does that mean for pregnant women?
And I'm sorry, bro. This is supposed to be a man interviewing her. This dude is obviously got congestion in his bowels, obviously, from the pitch in his voice. You understand what I'm saying? So obviously they want the men feminized and the women masculine. Is that a word, masculinized? I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's what they want. The role reversal. Go back to the clip. Play that.
I'm not pregnant. I've never been pregnant. But,
well, for women everywhere to see a pregnant woman get down so busy. That was hard.
God is a woman. Congratulations, Rihanna. Thank you so much for that performance.
So stop. So how the hell did it escalate that quickly? that's obviously an agenda that's
Right.
being pushed.
Right.
Right. Now, you think she would have got that if the imagery that Rihanna was pushing was, I submit to my husband?
Of course not.
No, of course not. And that's why that kind of imagery is not pushed. They are, the white man is, he's controls everything. He's kind of like a good hunter. He know how to dangle bait in front of people. He know the
Did you say dangle?
dangle bait in front of people. You know how they dangle bait? So what they're doing is they know the black women will quickly turn against us if they get the opportunity to be in a leadership position. So they dangle that in front of them.
And you said it again.
You talking about like a worm?
Like, what about present?
They present it right in front of them.
Or place or show. But
Okay, well they put the bait in front of the women because they know they're gonna bite the bait because I get to get power from all the way from Eve until now. That's what they've been, or that's what they do. If any opportunity to get power, the women gonna bite. They're gonna take it.
word of the day, or phrase of the day. Dangle the bait.
You never heard that before, Cap?
You better dangle.
Please don't involve me in any of your escapades. Please, please. Dangle the bait. Dangle the bait. I'm just messing with you, officer. But no, excellent point, excellent point. Real quick, move on, man. We spent a lot of time in Kuna the Week. Hey, we're gonna go a little bit longer today, all right? All right, in place of FCN. So we ain't gonna go that long, but we're gonna go a little bit longer today. So we're gonna be all right. Go to the next one, please.
Damn.
Ricky Smiley official. Throw the whole Super Bowl away.
Damn.
That's Fletcher Cox from the Philadelphia Eagles wearing a whole blouse with Michael Strahan.
He is wearing a whole blouse.
Wow.
And shouts out to Captain OC, because Captain OC knows this guy right here.
Wow.
Former teammate. Bro, sometimes you got to get OC, because OC always be trying to get you.
He probably gonna call back. He probably gonna call.
He called, that's fine. That's fine. Because he tried to get me last time he was on the show.
I remember that.
So now,
Right.
it's old teammate right there. Yeah, that's his old teammate. Hey, go to the interview, man. This dude has on a whole blouse.
Wow.
All right, play that.
Right now, as they arrive at the stadium, Fletcher Cox is standing by with Michael Strahan.
He don't even look comfortable.
Hey, bro, real bro, he don't even know how to stand with that on, bro. He like, the hell they got me up here wearing, bro. He don't even know how to look. Hey, rewind that, bro. Rewind that thing, bro.
Hey.
Bro, this is insane, bro.
Right now, as they arrive at the stadium, Fletcher Cox is standing by with Michael Strahan.
Wait a minute.
He is uncomfortable.
Wait.
You already have a ring.
Looking down at it.
Yeah, wait. That means a lot. One ring is good. The second ring is legendary.
All right, but hey, you know what's crazy? This dude's like a defensive tackle. Like, so this is not good, because he's the one that be in the trenches, the big jokers, man. Yeah. They feminizing the biggest of the Bucks. That's what they do. That's what they do. It's not just Fletcher Cox, it's this other one too. Pull up the other one.
Wow.
Yeah, his name is like Juju Smith.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, play that, bro. So but stop. Like we said before with Rihanna, it pushing an agenda. So how you got two big black Negroes, right? How you got both of them on opposing teams, because the other one played for the Eagles. You got this one that played for the Chiefs, right? How in the world, ironically, one shows up in a dress and the other one shows up in a church blouse?
Yeah, Damn. This.
How that happen, bro? All of this stuff is planned. And then you got the other brother, DeMar, wearing a damn Catholic saint on his jacket.
You don't find that suspicious?
Very suspicious. Very suspicious. Y'all all right, IT? With right. All right, play that, man. We're going to move on from this thing, bro. So this guy's walking to the locker room in a damn dress.
The hell is this?
Hell is going on today.
Come on now, dog. Walking like he's cool and everything.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Hey, for the second time, that's been Kuna of the Week, man. We couldn't spend a whole hour on Kuna of the Week.
Right.
But, hey, we about to get into today's topic of the day. Hey, I'm very excited about this thing right here.
Let's go.
All right, just like we read earlier in Romans 13, this means our salvation is coming nearer than when we first believed. So today's topic, IT, help me out, man. What's the topic of the day? What we got?
The unidentified aerial phenomenon and blue beam project.
It's not blue bean. It's Blue Beam. The hell is wrong with IT?
Oh, y'all spelled it wrong.
Take it off the screen, IT.
Public school.
Public, yeah,
Dang,
public school.
Esau messed us up.
Oh, man. I blame it on the chemicals. Goodness gracious.
They threw the alley cap. They missed the door.
Oh, whoa. I was like, am I reading this right? Does it say Blue Beam? No, it's not blue. It's Blue Beam.
Somebody home.
Yeah.
You ready?
All right,
Exactly
so
how it is.
what is it? The unidentified aerial phenomena and the Blue Beam, and the Project Blue Beam or Blue Beam Project. It's interchangeable. All right, so we're going to jump into it today. As y'all know, if you've been paying attention in the news, we've been seeing UFO sightings more often, and it's only increasing. All right. So what we're going to do, we have a few video clips of a few sightings around the world. Actually, play the first one for me, IT. All right, read that. Come on.
Meteor lights up the sky over France, spotted from Paris.
All right, so this first one's in France. Blow it up for us. Go ahead. See that thing right there?
Gone.
All right, so that was in France. All right, pull up the next one. Read that.
Leaked image of an F-22 Raptor under Project Bluebeam, directed by NORAD, taking out one of the UFO aliens today.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Another UFO has been shot down over Yukon, Canada by an F-15.
All right, this is in Canada.
Hey, that's not normal.
No, what is that? What are those little things?
What? Hey, it's firing up again.
Bro, what is that?
What the fuck?
What the fuck is that?
Dude, I have the chills right now. That's crazy.
All right, so you got that in Canada. You got that going on in Canada. Let's pull up the next one, please.
UFO sightings in Los Angeles yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
What the
All right, so we had Canada, we had France, we had LA. All right, pull up the next video going into the increase in UFO sightings. All right, play that for us, please. Can we start from the beginning, please? Thank you.
Department of Defense.
Of aliens or extraterrestrial activity with these recent takedowns.
The U.S. military is now detecting more items in the sky after changing radar settings in the wake of the Chinese spy balloon.
The military needs to have a plan to not only determine what's out there, but determine the dangers that go with it.
Is this sort of bigger aperture picking up lots of stuff that has essentially been forgiven, sort of, around in the skies, whatever else it is, because it didn't pose a threat? Or is it part of something organized for whatever surveillance?
These unidentified aerial phenomena have been reported for many years without explanation or deep examination by the government. President Biden has changed all that. We are finally trying to understand them better.
It is the responsibility.
Real quick, so as y'all know, the Space Force exists, and he has another team that's studying this. As we know, Esau knows exactly what they're dealing with.
Right.
Exactly, they know exactly what they're dealing with. Go back to the clip. Stopping at 126.
Of the Department of Defense to be honest with the American public and to use ARROW, which has been established to deal with the UAP and UFO issue, to come forward and present the truth to the American public.
All right,
Jeremy Corbell is a
So, real quick, it's coming to a point where they can't deny it at all. All right, it's coming to a point where they cannot deny this thing. These are the cherry to the Most High God. We understand. We understand that. Give me the one in Psalms 140. Well, no, not 140. 104 and 3. Yeah, that's the one I want. Psalms 104 and 3. All right, real quick before we dive into today's topic of the day. Read that for me, please.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 3.
Go ahead.
Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters. Who maketh the clouds his chariots.
Who maketh the what?
The clouds his chariots.
The UAPs or the UFOs, God calls them his chariots or his clouds, all right?
That's right.
Now, real quick, give me Luke 21. Give me Luke chapter 21, and I want verse 25. Because you can see by the responses of a lot of those people who were able to actually capture the objects, the UFOs or the God's chariots on live, it was panic. It was fear. Okay, read that for us.
Luke chapter 21, verse 25.
Watch this.
And there shall be signs in the sun.
Right, meaning what? This is going into that testimony, that gospel. Meaning what? This is showing you that there is a God. And he's showing his power on the earth. As much as they want to say, oh, they shot it down. They ain't shooting down no UFOs.
Bring it out.
Stop it. Stop it. You're not shooting down a chariot of God. It's not going to happen. Okay? They would love to think that, but they want to tell the public that so it's not extreme panic.
Right.
And so that people don't lose faith in good old America.
Right.
Okay? Read that again.
And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations.
Right. It was in France. It was in it was in Canada. It was in LA. And these sightings are happening everywhere and more often. And it said what? Distress of what?
Distress of nations.
Right. Distress of nations. They're bugging out because they say they can't explain it. They can't explain it. But we're going somewhere with today's topic. All right, read on.
With perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring.
Right, it says we're perplexed. They're perplexed, saying we don't know, we can't explain it. Boom, 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 right? All right, do me a favor. Go to the Oprah clip, okay? As y'all know, hey, Deacon Isaac did an excellent job. Shouts out to Deacon Isaac with his class he did like 3 years ago.
That's right.
With the UFOs, all right? Or actually identified foreign objects and not UFOs to us. They're the chariots of God.
That's right.
Okay? And the people in them chariots is black.
That's
all right. So play this clip real quick. Play this clip.
I'm talking today to women who say they have been abducted by aliens from another planet. And you're going to describe to us what they look like now.
May I briefly say, I don't know for a fact that they're from another planet. I assume so, but I am dealing with a lot of unknowns. I don't know where they come from. I just can describe what I saw. I don't have the answers.
Well, you know you weren't in Kansas anymore, Toto.
And I wasn't wearing red shoes that I could click together either.
I mean, okay, so, and they look like?
They're humanoid as far as the body, very small frames, about 3.5 to 4 feet tall. And I found myself laughing to myself when I saw them because I just saw one being actually. Because the skin was very, very dark olive green, so dark it could be mistaken for black. And I even laughed to myself.
All right! All right!
No.
Hey, stop. She's like, oh shoot.
Right.
She said, no. I got to backtrack. I got to backtrack.
No, don't get it twisted.
Right, because hey, but that's a beautiful thing right there. As soon as Oprah heard that,
that's right.
it clicks automatically. It's like, dang, the angel's black.
There you go.
I mean, the aliens is black. It's like, damn. Oh, so that's we ruling somewhere.
Right,
she said
right.
we ruling somewhere. But Esau, she realized that she connected. She said, oh, no.
Right.
And think about it. How in the hell can a green olive look black?
Right.
You got to think about it's that mind game. But Oprah saw through that. And she was able to see that. So give me Ezekiel 1, man. Give me Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 4.
Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 4.
Come on.
And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud.
Right, so you see, this whirlwind right here is talking about a chariot or a UAP or a UFO. It says, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, read.
A great cloud.
A great cloud, like we read in Psalms 104 and 3. This is identifying what? That these are the chariots of God. What are we reading? The Bible. Okay, what the world says that they have to have a space force and a different department to study these things. God is showing us in the scriptures right here.
Right.
Read verse 5.
Also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures.
Right, so it says out of the midst of the chariot or the UFO, it said came the likeness of creatures. Remember, she said it was humanoid. Right. All right, these are living creatures. The likeness, read.
And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man.
Right, the likeness of a man. That would be a humanoid. Meaning what? It looks similar to a man, but you know it's not. It's in that form. Go ahead.
And every one had 4 faces.
Come on.
And every one had 4 wings.
Verse 7.
And their feet were straight feet. And the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot.
Listen close.
And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
Like the color of what?
Burnished brass.
Right. She was right. She tried to backpedal. But hey, according to scripture, according to fact,
bring it out.
Right. These aliens that they say, yes, they are black, but most importantly, these are the angels of God in God's chariots or UFOs.
Right.
All right. Hey, you had something?
Yes, sir. It reminded me of, I'm trying to remember his name. The actor that was something.
Oh, we got a call. We got calls. We got a call. We got to take a caller real quick. Hey, Shalom caller. What's your question or your comment?
Shalom, brother. This is La Luz, and I just want to comment on how much I appreciate just becoming awakened by the nation.
Hey, giving all praises to the Most High and His Son, Jesus Christ. All praises. Thank you for calling in, my sister.
Thank you.
All right, we take the next caller. Hey, Shalom caller. What's your question or your comment?
Shalom, leadership. I was calling because I don't know if you guys remember Jordan Peele's recent movie.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Not a Planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
He had chariots throughout that movie,
Right.
and he always dropped those little nuggets and stuff throughout his movies to let to kind of wake our people up. I don't know if he's fully into following God's commandments and things like that, but he's been doing that for years.
Right. No. That's an excellent point. I hope he gets out, because I think that Gets Out was about him. Because I think he does.
What I'm saying.
Right.
He would put the title of his movie is Nope. And I remember from one of Sons of Thunder's songs, they actually put Not a Planet Earth, and that's what the acronym people were speculating that it stood for. So that's why I was like, I thought that was crazy. I thought that was phenomenal when I first saw it, but I was like, it means something deeper that we can't understand, but now it's coming to light.
Now it's coming to
Thank
light.
you.
All praise to the Father.
Yes.
Hey, and just
All
like Sis
praises.
said, he knows, right? But he's obviously not keeping the commandments. When I said Get Out is about him, because he's married to Esau.
Right.
All right, but obviously Jordan Peele knows more than the common man, obviously, by his movies.
That's right.
Where was I?
I was.
Yeah, go ahead, officer. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. It's a little comedy skit by Richard Pryor when he went to the pyramid.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Oh my gosh, they were black. Oh man, I can't wait to go tell my homies." And then the white guy that was behind said, "Oh, we gotta shut him in." Just like the same thing they did to the lady. The moment Oprah say, "Yeah," no.
Yep. Yeah, man, that's how it is. Hey, now check this out. Go to the next clip. Do me a favor. Minimize it. I want to get his name. Real quick. If you minimize it and scroll to the bottom, it should have his name, the doctor, on YouTube. Go to YouTube. All right, we'll take the call. Get that for me on the YouTube link, y'all. All right? Shalom, caller. What's your question or your comment?
I was just wondering, so do you think that what they shot down, was that false or was it real? I obviously I believe that they can't shoot down a chariot to the Most High.
No, they can't shoot down a chariot to the Most High. There's no doubt about it. But they would try to make you believe that they can. Now, to get into the speculation of everything like that, and we're going to touch on the Blue Beam, the Project Blue Beam, because as some of you may have known, that's a conspiracy theorist in itself. But we're going to show you the scriptures. So when it gets into that, I'm really not. You're not going to hear me comment too much because, I can't tell you that. But what I do know, there ain't no way that they could shoot down the technology of God. I know
that's
right.
right.
I'm standing with that.
And then I also wanted to ask if you, what do you think the connection between this and the whole the Jesus He Gets Us ads and the Super Bowl, and do you think all that plays a part together?
Absolutely. That's promoting the new world religion. That's what that's getting everybody ready for. Okay, so yeah, just stay with me. You're gonna see all of that's gonna tie in. 100% correct. Watch this.
All right, thank you. Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one. Shalom, brothers.
Hey, all praise to the Most High. What you had, officer?
I was finna, just to respond to you, you're saying, did they shoot down a chariot of the Most High? Give me that in Revelation 19 and 17.
Nah, you jumping the gun, bro. Hey, go back. Go to that next video.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, read that. Read that.
Norman Berggren.
That's the name, Norman Berggren. Read that.
A former NASA engineer talks about 7-foot-tall black people walking out of gigantic mothership. Also, what really makes this case interesting is if you watch the full interview, Norman thinks this race, which drives ships to Earth, links long around Saturn, is making a ring world out of Saturn.
All right, so this is Norman Berggren. Oh, gosh. Could you put it back up, please?
Put it back.
Norman Berggren, a former NASA engineer, talks about what he saw, okay? So let's play this clip. Y'all got my timestamps for us, right? All right, so IT, this video clip is very hard to make out what he's saying, so I need the volume to be correct. All right, so y'all ready? All right, play that, please.
Okay, but if there are craft, there are beings.
Okay, people have asked me about, I call them vehicles, okay?
Right.
Now, I did not call them objects. That was too neuter for me.
Okay.
I had a Stanford professor say you ought to call them objects. No. They have all of the qualities of a vehicle. Mm-hmm. They can move. You know, they're just like a missile or anything like that. So that much we can say about them, for sure.
So stop. So the vehicles he's talking about the UFOs or the UAPs. Okay. Right. Now jump up in the video. So now he's gonna talk about what came out of these UFOs. Okay. Play that.
I think it's the Apollo flight that Buzz and Neil were on. But anyway, there is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
Stop. He said not dark. He said black.
Right.
Hey, run it back. Now, like you could tell the way he kind of tight. He's kind of tight. He's like, you don't really want to just divulge all this information, but he's like, all right. Since you asked me, I'm gonna just do this and let's get this over with. Right. Go back a little bit.
Show a little feel too.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all all right?
All right, play that.
There is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Black. Yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yeah.
How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
well, what?
To say 7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate.
Have you heard about Clark McClellan's statement about that?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
All right, so stop real quick. So Clark McClellan, he's another one astronaut who divulged this information and said something very similar to what he said. I think he said either 7 feet or 9 feet. Right. So that's why she asking us, just like, hey, do you know who this is? He's like, no. He said, well, what you mean? He's like, damn. Because what he's saying is the exact same thing that Bergeron said too. Now, give me 1 Chronicles 21 real quick. All right, give me 1 Chronicles chapter 21, verse 16, just to show you. You seen in the other clip the encounter that lady had on Oprah. She said they were black, but they were smaller. Okay, but now check this out. This is the encounters they had in space of what they saw. Right. Okay, read that. 1 Chronicles 21 and 16. Get his mic right now.
1 Chronicles chapter 21, verse 16.
Come on.
And David lifted up his eyes.
So this is the forefather. Go ahead.
And saw the angel of the Lord.
And saw you can't be rushing this, man. You can't be rushing this right here. Read it again.
Come on now, and dog. David lifted up his eyes. And saw the angel of the Lord.
And saw what?
The angel of the Lord.
Read.
Stand between the earth and the heavens.
Stand between what?
The earth and the heavens.
He saw the angel of the Lord stand between the earth and the heaven. The heavens talking about the skies. Now give me the one in Revelations 19. All right, just to show you how big These angels are obviously what? The angels that came out of the chariot in Ezekiel, these are the angels of the Lord. They're not aliens. These are the angels of the Lord. They're not UFOs. They are God's chariots.
That's right.
And the people riding in them chariots, they are big and black.
That's
right. Save the Lord. Read that, Revelation 19:17.
Revelation chapter 19, verse 17.
Come on.
And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven,
Come on.
come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God, that ye may eat of the flesh of kings and the flesh of captains.
Now, is that the end of that verse yet?
This is 18 now.
That's yeah. We just want 17. I need you to stay with me. Read 17 again.
And I saw an angel standing in the sun.
Right. We just can't read past that like we didn't hear that.
Right.
Said he saw an angel standing in the sun. Now check this out. Somebody could say, well, that doesn't mean he stood at the whole height of the sun. Bruh, if he is normal height, how you going to be able to see him in the sun?
Right.
Obviously, he's got to be gigantic in order to make him out in the sun.
Right.
The hell is this? So all you naysayers out there, shut the hell up. You know what you're talking about.
Shut your
God
mouth.
is letting us know. God is letting us know that the angels are black. All right, that means Christ is black. That means that the Father is black. All right, most importantly, these are our protectors. When he say we got guardian angels, these are the men he's talking about.
Right.
These are the angels that he's talking about. And they've been waiting patiently. Christ has been waiting patiently. He waiting for that command to say, hey, all right, go ahead and get them. They're ready for that thing. But Esau knows that too. Don't forget that. That's why they're trying to put out imagery out there, trying to say that they can shoot down UFOs, right? So don't forget, we're going somewhere with this. We're going somewhere with this thing. Give me the next. Give me the next one. They should be shooting down. Not shooting down. They surround the warships. Give me that one. Yeah, read that. Play that.
July 2019. San Clemente Island, California, 68 nautical miles west of San Diego. 9 U.S. warships are performing nighttime training exercises in restricted waters.
Suddenly and unexpectedly, the exercise is interrupted by an unknown presence.
The ships are swarmed by what the Navy refers to as UAVs, or unidentified aerial vehicles.
Right. So remember the guy, the doctor before, he talked about those vehicles. And this is what surrounded them. Give me Zechariah 5. All right. Why would these chariots, why would these UFOs surround these US warships? Why? Because think about it. Give me Isaiah 47. All right, this one just came to mind. Give me Isaiah chapter 47 and give me start at verse 12. Watch this.
Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 12.
Come on.
Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries.
Come on.
Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Right, this is talking about, we got a call? We'll take a quick call. Hey, Shalom caller, what's your question or your comment?
Well, there's no question and there's no doubt. If you had to watch the full interview of that Norman Bergman, you would have seen that he stopped saying all the things that he could have said, and he died later after that. But there's no stopping the angels of the Most High.
That's right.
And they know, and they got information hid that there's a media blackout. All the stuff that they talking is a bunch of garbage. But if you were to go to Joshua 5, I think it's verse, 13, and there was an angel of the Lord. My question is, I need to know this information.
Read it real quick.
The book of Joshua.
Okay, it goes.
No, we got you, bro. We got you.
The book of Joshua.
And it came to pass.
Hold on, bro. We got you. We got to read it. We're going to read it for you, my brother.
The book of Joshua, chapter 5 and verse 13. And it came to pass, when Joshua was by Jericho, that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, art thou for us or for our adversaries?
All right, what's your question, bro?
And my question is, as you go on to 14, so he said no, but as the commander of the army of the Lord.
No. We got to read it for you. You got another version, bro. Read verse 14 for him.
Verse 14. And he said, nay, but as captain of the host of the Lord, am I now come? And Joshua fell on his face to the earth, and did worship, and said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant?
Read.
And the captain of the Lord's host said unto Joshua, Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy.
All right, what's your question?
Who was that?
That was an angel. That was an angel of the Lord. You would call him an alien today. And the captain of what he means by captain of the host. Give me Psalms 148 and 2, real quick.
And also, why?
Hold on. One at a time, bro. One at a time. I'll answer your question. I have no problem, but we still doing a show too. So I know. Okay, all praises.
Okay, go
all right,
ahead.
watch this.
Psalms chapter 148, verse 2.
Go ahead.
Praise ye him.
Come on.
All his angels. Praise ye him, all his hosts.
All his what?
All his hosts.
Right. So this is the captain of the host. That's what he's saying right there. This is the captain of the rest of his angels. So that's what that's talking about in that verse right there. But hey, for the sake of time, it's gonna be a longer show today. Normally I take a bunch of, but I ain't gonna do that today. So let's keep going. Thank you for calling in, my brother. Lord's will, maybe next week or something like that. All right?
No problem.
My brother.
All right.
Where was I? I was reading Isaiah 47.
Isaiah 47.
Watch this. Isaiah chapter 47. Give me verse 12. Watch this. Where was we at before this? No.
That's where you were.
No, I went here for a reason. I went here. With the warships. The chariots surrounded the warships.
Right.
This is why. Watch this. Isaiah 47:12.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 12.
Come on.
Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou labored from thy youth.
For wherein thou labored from thy youth. Meaning what? America was established on witchcraft and sorcery.
Right.
That's how they came to claim to be the most powerful country on the face of the earth. Bishop just went over how Washington, D.C. is mapped out. All of that, all of the, what is it called? Symmetrically, it's laid out with an occultic symbol, with the hexagram.
Right.
All right, showing you what? That's America, according to the scriptures. It was foundation was in 1776. That's what it's talking about when it says from thy youth. And it says from thy youth, they've been engaged in a multitude of sorceries. Now, why did that chariot surround the U.S. warships? Back to Zechariah 5. Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. All right, watch this.
Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1.
Come on.
Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll.
A flying roll. This is that cloud. This is that chariot, that whirlwind. Go ahead.
And he saith unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
Read.
Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Right, this is the curse, and that's why you see these sightings occurring more and more and more often and more often. Right. And of course, surrounding the U.S. warships, we know that America is the greatest thief on the face of the earth, according to the scriptures. All right, hey, real quick, let's go to the next article. Let's go to the next article. All right, read that. Watch this. So now we're finna tie everything together. Read that.
U.S. shoots down mysterious objects. Speculation over aliens. Project Bluebeam grow.
Right. So the Project Bluebeam, like I've been alluding to throughout today's show, is a conspiracy theory. Every conspiracy has some truth to it, right? I could say for the most part. We're not conspiracy theorists here, but we're going to show you how things line up in the Bible. All right? Because a lot of people solely believe in a conspiracy. Now, that's not going to get you to where you need to be. Okay? No. So we're going to tie things, and hopefully those who were really believing everything that they were hearing, things could get cleared up today. So let's read some of this article, please.
Ever since the U.S. shot down mystery objects in February, there have been speculations that the object might be an alien spaceship. However, there has been no official confirmation about the nature of unidentified flying objects, which were shot down, according to the Daily Star report.
Scroll down. Read that.
American fighter jets shot down 4 high-altitude objects in airspace above the U.S. and Canada starting February 4th. While the February 4th spy balloon was linked to China, other 3 objects sighted over Canada, Michigan, and Alaska are yet to be classified. While interacting with media, U.S. Air Force General Glenn Van Herk has revealed that intelligence services were looking into all possibilities, as per the Daily Star report.
All right, so watch this. Because of all this has been going on in different areas, All right, social media is pretty heavy today. There's a lot of speculation that this is, in fact, the Project Bluebeam. Now we're going to get the definition and the origin of where this came about. Go back to the article.
Subsequently, there have been talks about a bizarre theory, Project Bluebeam, on the social media.
Go ahead.
What is Project Bluebeam? Project Bluebeam is a long-standing but unproven conspiracy theory. Canadian investigative journalist Sergei Monast first talked about the theory in the mid-1990s. The theory, which has resurfaced again, claimed that the project was created by agents of the Pentagon and the NASA.
Mm-hmm.
In 1994, Monast alleged in an investigative piece that the United Nations and NASA were aiming to create New Age religion.
Hey, what?
New Age religion.
You see that thing right there? It says that they're aiming to create a New Age religion. Similar to, that's what Bishop's been going over on the Shout Out Tuesdays, right?
Yes,
the Abrahamic faith, which unites Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. When was he talking about this? Back in the early 90s, right? Go back to it.
Wow! Monast was arrested twice in 1995 and
in 1994.
In 1994, Monast alleged in an investigative piece that the United Nations and NASA were aiming to create a New Age religion.
Mm-hmm.
Monast was arrested twice in 1995 and 1996. He died of a heart attack.
Now, when you read more into that story, it's very fishy. So in 1996, he got arrested again, and before that, he was homeschooling his children. Right? They deemed him like unfit to do that, so they took his kids from him first.
Wow.
And then in 1990, so that's in 1995. And in 1996, they arrested him again. And then the day when he got released, he died of a sudden heart attack.
You don't find that suspicious?
That's what I'm saying. So a lot of people think it's a murder, right? So I'll leave that to speculation. But go back to the article. Come on, y'all.
After his death, the theory remained popular, but there was no evidence or proof to substantiate the allegations.
All right. So from there, let's go to Project Bluebeam, the video explanation. Okay? Play that.
So if you never heard of Project Bluebeam, it's a project between NASA and the United Nations where they would use advanced technologies to project images in the sky around the world. Now, according to the theory...
Before we get more into this, there's a movie that shows you this. It's called Spider-Man. What's it called? Away from Home or Far Away from? No Way. Was it No Way Home? Far From Home. It's called Spider-Man Far From Home. Pull up the picture I sent. All right, this guy to the left, obviously that's Spider-Man. The guy to the right, his name is Mysterio. So check this out. He fools Spider-Man in thinking that he's a good guy by creating chaos, meaning literally by images that look real. So he's fighting this crime, flying around, doing all this stuff, but all of it's a hoax. All of it's fake, okay? And he deceives Spider-Man in thinking that he's a good guy. And then Spider-Man lets his guard down and gives him the thing that Tony Stark gave him.
Right.
All right, and then he reveals his true self. All right? If you watch the movie, you'll understand what I'm talking about, what I'm about to go into. So drop that. Let's go back to that video that we were just about to watch. Run it back to the beginning. Press play.
So if you never heard of Project Bluebeam,
go ahead.
It's a project between NASA and the United Nations where they would use advanced technologies to project images in the sky around the world. Now, according to the theory, they want to create a second coming of Jesus or whatever deity is popular in that region of the world.
Stop. They want to create it. When they say create it, that's what they're talking about. They want to project the images just like your man's Mysterio. That's what they want to do. They want to make it look like it's alien invasion, like it's like legit, like it's a real thing. Like there's no doubt about it. It's like, nah, this is fake. Nah, they got technology that we ain't never seen before.
Right.
Okay. So that's the conspiracy that they want to do this. Just so happens, you see the rise in the Abrahamic faith. You see in Dubai that it's complete. It's basically complete at this time. So all of this, just like the brother said, the Super Bowl commercials about white Jesus. Now they're trying to bring everybody together. There's gender neutral. Everything is slowly rearing its evil head. And now this is resurfacing again. Now the reason I'm bringing this out, because a lot of people can get tripped up, and that's why we got to go through these scriptures. Give me Matthew 24 and 22. But before we read, I'm going to try not to cut off the video again. Go back to the video one more again, and we're going to finish it this time. So run it back like 10 seconds. Yeah, play that.
Technologies to project images in the sky around the world. Now, according to the theory, they want to create a second coming of Jesus or whatever deity is popular in that region of the world. They're planning to stage a fake alien invasion, as well as putting different idols in the sky and merging them as one god for the masses to worship. Now, this is all part of the New World Order to abolish.
You said to merge them as one for the nations to worship. That's the New World religion. That's what that is, the New World Order, exactly. The one world religion. Go back to it. Run it back like 10 seconds. Run it back a few seconds. I want them to hear that again.
Alien invasion, as well as putting different idols in the sky and merging them as one god for the masses to worship. Now, this is all part of the New World Order to abolish all traditional religions and replace them with one world religion, therefore making it easier to control the masses.
Stop.
And here's an example.
Stop. So now, real quick, I want to go to Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 22. Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 22. All right, so they want to create the images in the skies, the signs and the wonders. That's what they want to do. Damn. Watch this, y'all.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 22.
Come on.
And the Lord showed signs and wonders, great and sore, upon Egypt, upon Pharaoh, and upon all his household, before our eyes.
Before what?
Before our eyes.
All right, so when we saw the plagues, it was not fake. We saw that exact thing. Now I want to show you something else. Give me 2 Maccabees chapter 5 and verse 2. Just so you can understand what our forefathers witnessed. Okay? 2 Maccabees 5:2. Watch this.
2 Maccabees chapter 5 and verse 2.
Come on.
And then it happened that through all the city, for the space almost of 40 days.
How long?
40 days.
All right, so something strange is about to happen throughout the space of 40 days. Read.
There were seen horsemen running in the air.
In the what?
Running in the air.
It's talking about the sky. All right, seen horsemen running in the sky. Watch this.
In cloth of gold.
Come on.
And armed with lances, like a band of soldiers.
Read.
And troops of horsemen in array.
And what?
And troops of horsemen in array. Encountering and running one against another.
So this is taking place where? In the sky. This is taking our forefathers for 40 days straight. For 40 days straight, saw these images in the sky. Read.
With shaking of shields, and multitude of pikes, and drawing of swords, and casting of darts, and glittering of golden ornaments, and harness of all sorts. Wherefore, every man prayed that apparition. That apparition.
Stop. Could y'all give me that definition, please? Apparition. I believe it's APPARATION. Apparition. Okay, so our forefathers witnessed in the sky, in the heavens, in the sky, for 40 days straight, this vision, this sign, and this wonder. Okay, read that. Pull up the definition, please.
Apparition, an unusual or unexpected sight, phenomenon.
Oh, phenomenon. You see that thing right there? An unusual or unexpected sight, a phenomenon. So go back to the script. Go back to the script. What verse you at?
Verse 4.
Read that.
2 Maccabees chapter 5, verse 4.
Come on.
Wherefore, every man prayed that that apparition might turn to good.
Meaning what? That apparition, that was the war before the war. Meaning what? That was the war that the angels was fighting for us. So they prayed that it would be good, because if it was good, I mean, we would win. We would get the victory. But just to show you, for 40 days straight, that's the type of signs the Most High has shown to our forefathers. Okay, just like we read in Deuteronomy 6. But guess what? Esau, he thinks that he is God. He thinks that he is God. Give me Ezekiel 28:2. So guess what Esau going to try to do? The Most High got the power to show signs and wonders, so Esau going to try to do the exact same thing. That's what's going to happen. Watch this, Ezekiel 28:2.
Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 2.
Come on.
Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord God, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am God. I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man.
Right, God says, yet thou art a man. Now give me Matthew 24. We're going to do some reading Matthew 24. All right, so what are we going over this for? Because there's a lot of people who are so gun-ho in conspiracy theories that you can get lost in it. So we're just going to read the Bible and prepare y'all for what's to come. Watch this. Matthew 24 and 22. Watch this.
Matthew
21. Start at 21. Watch this.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 21.
Go ahead.
For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
Right. You read this when we read Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, talking about Jacob's trouble. Okay. Daniel 12. So this is going into Deuteronomy 4. This is going into our tribulation, the Song of Moses, that we have to go through in order to be redeemed. Okay. Go ahead.
And except those days should be shortened.
And except those days should be shortened. Come on.
There should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
So the elect, according to Isaiah 45 and 4, the elect, that's the Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's right. All right, so God said he's going to shorten the days for our sake so we don't get caught up in the foolishness. All right, read on.
Then, if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not.
Right, it says believe it not. That's what the Project Bluebeam is pushing towards, that one world religion, and they say that one day there's going to be the signs and wonders in the skies telling you that that is in fact the Christ.
No.
Now, we know according to Scripture what Christ looked like. I highly doubt that they're going to put a black Christ up there. I highly doubt it. But, hey, we got to make sure that we're dwelling in the secret place of the Most High.
And you know
like it says in Psalms 91. Okay? Obviously, there's going to be something that they pull. Okay? Read it again.
Verse 23.
Read.
Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not.
Right, and you see that right now. You got people like Freaky Jesus. You got him out there. You got other, there's one in Jerusalem today.
Come on now,
saying that he's the Messiah because he has good memory and all the stuff like that. So you got that, okay? So it's telling you what, when you hear these things arise, hey, do not fall for it. Do not fall for it, brothers and sisters.
You better read your
on.
Bible.
For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets.
Read.
And shall show great signs and wonders.
Hey, so if this conspiracy thing has validity to it, just understand that we're not going to give credit to the white man. We're going to give credit to God. Because at the end of the day, he said, shows great signs and wonders. You know what one of those great signs and wonders was when they dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Right.
That was that technological advance, like we read in Isaiah 47. That technology is sorcery and witchcraft. So don't hold it past them. That's all I'm saying right there.
That's right.
And most importantly, do not get caught up in it. Read that verse again.
For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders.
Read.
Insomuch that, if it were possible.
If it were possible. And that's how you know for a fact America did not shoot down a chariot of God. It didn't happen, and it's not going to happen. In the end, Israel is going to win. Thus saith the Lord. Read.
That's right.
They shall deceive the very elect.
Right. They shall deceive the very elect. Remember, there's an election according to grace out of the elect, meaning Israel is the elect. All of our people is not going to make it. You know why? It's because they're going to lean on to things like conspiracy theories and go against the commandments of God and do the role reversal like we saw in Kuna of the Week. All right. And idolatrous worship like we saw earlier as well. Read that verse all the way through.
Verse 24. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets.
Read.
And shall show great signs and wonders. Insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Meaning what? It's going to be that good. I know, for those who live in New York, you're probably used to it, but from someone from the South that goes to New York City and goes downtown Manhattan, it's kind of unbelievable what you're seeing. It's like, damn. Like the intricacies of the downtown is like, damn, how did they do this? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're simple and you're not in these scriptures, you would be deceived that the white man is God. Right. And that's how a lot of our people is. I know a lot of people I know still in the Christian church. They're still strung out on this white man. Go ahead, finish that.
That was it on 24.
Read on.
Verse 25. Behold, I have told you before.
Watch this.
Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert.
Right. So remember, the imagery. They said it would be broadcasted throughout all regions of the earth. That's what they say. And do we know this to be valid? No, we're not saying that, but we're just letting you know. The Bible, it was already written. So we should be prepared for it either way, right? Go ahead.
Go not forth.
It says, go not forth. Read.
Behold, he is in the secret chambers. Believe it not.
Believe it not. That's going into what they say, according to this Project Bluebeam. They're saying that different things will take place and unravel different relics, the secret chambers, like the things hidden in the earth. Now, when it says in the desert. Remember what just took place in Mount Sinai. They created a new 10 commandments. All right, that's pushing the one world religion. And guess what? Mount Sinai is a desert. Okay, read on.
Message. For verse 27. For as the lightning cometh out of the east,
Read.
and shineth even unto the west.
Come on.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right, so it's telling us just like the lightning comes out of the east, the sun rises in the east. It says that's the same place, that's the same way that Messiah is going to return to the earth. So it's saying don't be fooled by all of this other stuff. Don't get caught up in it because you're going to get lost in the sauce and miss out on the kingdom.
You better read your Bible.
Go ahead.
Verse 28. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together.
The carcass represents the Messiah. We represent the eagles. A few more things I wanted to touch on this. Give me the next video. Give me the next video. I think it's the Edomite lady. This, yeah. Watch this, y'all.
Little PSA, the UFOs that they're shooting down, they're not real. UFOs, they aren't real. They've already started the cover-up by showing one covered up on a flatbed coming out of wherever near where they shot it down. It's not real. It's Project Bluebeam, and they are going to have a alien invasion, which is not real, and it's a way to incite fear and to control the masses to do what they want for the New World Order. So the UFOs that they're claiming to shoot down, they're not shooting anything down. It's Project Bluebeam. Look into it. Aliens, UFOs, all this stuff. Come on. It's not real.
So stop. See, you see what that's doing, right? And a lot of our people are going to follow behind that type of mindset.
Right.
Nah, the UFOs are very real.
Right.
But they're putting out the propaganda to make you lose faith in what the scriptures are saying.
Right.
Because we're the ones who's waking up. I know they know about Deacon Isaac's class. They know about the knowledge that we have, and they know the truth as well. Because remember what? They're the ones who've been to space.
Right.
They're the ones who saw the big black angels. So this is nothing more than a diversion. That's all it is. So make sure y'all don't get caught up in that thing. You have something before we go to the rundown?
Yes, sir. Real quick. Let me get Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 7 to go into how it's impossible for them to shut down those. Go ahead, read that for me.
Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 7. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
So that show you the color that they were dark-skinned people like us, brown skin. Go ahead.
And they had the hands of a man under their wings, on their four sides, and they four had their faces and their wings.
Jump down to verse 10.
Verse 10. As for the likeness of their faces, they four had the face of a man and the face of a lion on the right side.
Read.
And they four had the face of an ox on the left side. They four also had the face of an eagle. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward toward two wings of one.
I'm sorry, I needed verse 12.
Verse 12. And they went every one straight forward, whither the Spirit was to go. They went, and they turned not when they went.
So was that show you dealing with you able to control that chariot with the spirit that's that driving it, the angels that's in there. So what does that show you? How are you gonna go ahead and shut down something like that? That's impossible. That's why in that class Deacon Isaac had, is showing you how the chariot was making fun of them shooting.
Right.
You know.
Right. They would like to make you believe that, but obviously there's no way that they could fight against the Most High.
Right.
Hey, all praise to the Most High. Let's get into the rundown, man. We got Officer Obadiah, Officer Elijah, Officer Samson. Hey, let's get into it.
Right.
Hey, I like that intro. Intro go hard, man. Intro go hard. Pull that up. All right, read that.
Toxic chemical leaks.
Toxic chemical leaks. Hey, man, I know y'all been seeing this thing all over the news, man.
Right.
Yep. Actually, one happened today, and another fire broke out down in Florida, Central Florida today. Damn. All right, so let's get into it. Chemical disasters.
Breaking. A fire breaks out at a chemical tank in Oklahoma that leads to evacuations.
All right, you got video on this? All right, play that. Now, you know, if that was an isolated incident, you probably wouldn't think nothing of it. It's just that it's so many of them going on at one time. All right, let's go to the next one. The next chemical disaster.
Another train derailment, this time in Van Buren Township outside Detroit, Michigan, with one car carrying hazardous materials.
Right, Detroit's not too far from the big one in Ohio, but this one took place today. All right, play that. So another train derailment, and it did say it did have hazardous chemicals on it as well.
Have mercy.
Right. So I find this very suspicious.
You don't find that suspicious?
Very suspicious that all of these train derailments are taking place, and they just happen to have damn chemicals, right?
Right.
All right. What we got next? Read that.
Large 5-acre warehouse fire breaks out in Kissimmee, Florida. Hazmat teams on the scene monitoring air quality following reports the warehouse is filled with plastic potting materials.
Plastic potting materials. All right. So, yeah, look at that. That's in Kissimmee, Florida, Central Florida. This took place, I believe, early this morning. Right. All right. Is there another one? Or was that the last one? Oh, there is another one.
This afternoon, another train derailed in the Houston area.
You got to be kidding me. So I think it's 4 trains derailed within a week, and they all had hazardous materials on them.
The hell is this?
Read.
Officials report the train was carrying hazardous materials, prompting Union Pacific to monitor air quality at the site of the crash, according to the Splendora Police Department.
Okay, play that. Okay, so that took place today. All right, so now we're at the Arizona. I think this is Tucson, the acid spill. Scroll down. Make it bigger for us. We can't see it. All right, read that.
An Arizona highway closed in both directions on Tuesday after a deadly rollover that resulted in a spill of nitric acid. A truck carrying nitric acid rolled over on the Arizona I-10 in Tucson, Arizona, resulting in a spill of toxic materials. A yellow cloud could be seen as a result as far as half a mile away. An evacuation had been ordered for anyone within half a mile of the scene. On Tuesday, a shelter-in-place order had also been issued. The shelter-in-place order was reinstated on Wednesday morning by the Arizona Department of Public Safety for a 1 mile perimeter around the spill.
We got video on this, right? Let's go to the next one. Should have a video. Yeah, play that. So this is in Tucson, Arizona. Bruh, this is obviously this is not a coincidence, man.
Damn.
All of this taking place in different locations, back to back to back to back. What y'all officers got on this, man?
What you got to realize, Cap, is we're dealing with a person who thrives in wickedness, and he's gonna try to cover up everything he do. Give me that in Luke chapter 12, verse 2. The thing is, we know this Bible. The Bible said, God said that everything that's covered gonna be uncovered. Read that for me.
The book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known.
So understand, as we're witnessing all of this pollution going off in the world and going off in these different cities, we know who's going to be affected the most by it and who they're going to send relief to and who's not going to get relief. Look at Flint. Look at what happened in Mississippi. They've already showed us what they're going to do to the black communities after pollution hits somewhere or there's devastation somewhere. Our communities always get stuck with bearing the butt of the situation on our own.
What did you say?
We have to bear it on our own, Cap. We have to always come out by ourselves. So that's what we're witnessing happen. It's setting up right now. And if y'all trust in America, you're going to be damned to damnation.
All right.
Yeah, let me get a script. Give me.
Hold on one sec. Before you get that script, I want to play a video. Bishop brought this out last Sabbath because of what you just said, Officer Elijah, about how it always ends up. All of this, it may look a certain way, but all of it's just to attack us.
That's right.
And just to show you, to support back at what the officer was saying, they got technology to make sure that chemical skipped the. Oh, we got. Okay. Get that video ready for me. But hey, Shalom caller, what's your question or your comment?
Shalom, shalom. Most High Christ bless.
Most High Christ bless.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is Brother Othniel out of DC camp.
Okay. Hey, Shalom.
Yeah. I was getting ready to chime in on the fact that we talking about these UFOs and things going on. I really think that. I really want to know, like, if what somebody else thinks about, you know, these UFOs. They're balloons. Are they filled with like something toxic? This every time they get hit, you know what I'm saying? That's a plus for the enemy. You know what I'm saying? This is my mind. You know what I'm saying? It's a plus for the enemy. Every time it gets hit, you know what I'm saying? Some toxic stuff is coming out, and it gets carried in the wind, and it's contaminating the air this over here. So that's what I was just thinking about. That's all I had been thinking about.
Yeah,
So I was wondering.
I know, like, a lot of us, we got different, perspectives, things like that. But one thing that's going to help you, give me Isaiah 33:8, I think. Isaiah 33:8. I think that's the one I want, because Proverbs 3:5, obviously that one, and then this one too, 6, 33:6. Watch this.
Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6.
Go ahead, because we're living in crazy times, man.
Right.
All the chemical leaks, you got UFO sightings everywhere, you got pests, you got all this stuff going on. So it's real chaotic. That's why we got to make sure we stay in the Bible. This is the only thing that's going to keep our minds at ease and keep our minds straight and focused. Read what you got.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Come on.
And strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Right, that's why I was bringing out, even with the conspiracy theory. Yeah, it matches up with some things in the scriptures, but at the end of the day, we can't be out here teaching that thing is fact. We really can't, we can't do that, because only thing we can teach as fact is what we read in Matthew 24. These things are going to happen. That's why we went there. I could tell you, according to scripture, things like this going to happen. But when they say, like, what's up in the balloon, I can't tell you that. I may have my own opinion, but I can't teach it to you as fact. You get what I'm saying, bro?
Yes, sir.
Hey, all praise to the Most. I hope you understand that thing right there. All right, all praise. Thank you for calling in, bro.
Absolutely.
All praise. All right, hey, go ahead, officer. I know you was about to go into something.
Yes, sir. I was going to ask for Psalm 64, just to show you, like what officer was saying, and you kind of allude to that too, showing you Esau, everything that they do it's very crafty, well thought out, and who they aiming at. Read that for me.
The book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongues like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
That goes there. They shoot their arrow at who? The children of Israel.
Right.
Go ahead.
That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not.
They shoot at the children of Israel, and they don't fear that all these traps they're setting up for us. They don't think that God will avenge us. Go ahead.
They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily.
They have their communication. They have their meetings secretly, how they can destroy the children of Israel. Go ahead.
They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Like, for example, Bishop brought that out too in reference of knowing, based on our DNA, based on so many different things that we have, they can have those chemical things. Who knows what these may do to us, specifically to the children of Israel, how some of us can drop and fall and die, and all that goes to what they are doing.
Excellent, excellent. Now, play that video. You know what video I want, right? Yes, play that video that goes with what both of the officers just brought out. Because if they could do it in our food, they could do that in anything, all right? They are at that level, all right? Play that for us, please.
I am the lab science director. I know a thing or two about food science. Now, what they have invented, when I say they, I'm talking about the genetic engineers, not only have they found a way to put these genetically engineered traits into food crops, they've now found a way to cause food crops to grow RNA fragments that can be specifically targeted like bioweapons to interfere with the physiological processes of targeted species that might eat the food. Now, this technology is called RNA interference technology. It's relatively new compared to GMOs, relatively new. It's being touted now as a technology to eliminate the use of pesticides, because what they're saying is they can cause a corn crop to grow RNA fragments that will kill the insects that eat the corn. without having to use pesticides like toxic chemicals that overload the insect nervous system and kill it from nervous system breakdown and so on. This RNA interference technology is a pesticide technology, but it doesn't rely on pesticide chemicals. It relies on RNA fragments in the food. Now, what's disturbing about this is that this technology can be fine-tuned to target a specific race of humans who eat the food. I want you to follow me very carefully on this because most people have never heard of this before. They've never heard of this technology. They don't know it can be targeted by race. Food crops can be engineered right now based on existing technology to cause infertility in black people alone.
Stop. So I hope y'all see that thing right there.
Wait a minute.
I hope y'all understand that. It says it could target black people alone. Skip other races, and it's genetically engineered to attack us.
Right.
So understand, don't think for 1 second. Don't think for 1 second that this, population control, but who they want to exterminate?
Right.
They want, there you go. They want to exterminate the children of Israel. So don't hold nothing past them. Hey, go to East Palestine. Let's get that one ready. So we're almost out of time for this one. East Palestine. All right, read that.
Health concerns grow in East Palestine, Ohio, after train derailment.
Read.
Health and environmental concerns are mounting in East Palestine, Ohio, after several derailed trains released toxic fumes last week.
Right. Toxic fumes last week, as you know. The train derailment, they had like a smoke cloud. I believe y'all got that. Let's go to the next article. Yeah, toxic cloud over Ohio after chemical leak. Scroll down. So it's actual cloud, but it was the chemicals that was lingering over Ohio. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, play this, please. Play this.
One of the worst ecological disasters in American history. 5 days after a train carrying vinyl chloride derailed and exploded near the Ohio-Pennsylvania border, crews ignited a controlled burn of toxic chemicals to prevent a much more dangerous explosion. Thousands in East Palestine, a town of about 5,000 people, evacuated, and officials warned that the controlled burn would create a phosgene and hydrogen chloride plume across the region. Phosgene is a highly toxic gas that can cause vomiting and breathing trouble and was used as a weapon in the First World War. Meanwhile, people's pets are dying left and right. This is the New York Post. Animals are falling sick and dying near the site of a hellish Ohio train derailment last Friday, which released toxic chemicals into the air, according to reports, sparking fears of the potential health impacts the crash could have on humans. One of the most disturbing aspects of this, there are fish that are turning up dead in the rivers. And this is miles and miles from the site of the crash. This is yet another major transportation-related disaster happening with Pete Buttigieg as our transportation secretary. Pete Buttigieg was given the job of transportation secretary because he's gay and for no other reason. It is no relevant experience. The only reason he got the job, and everybody knows this. And what have we seen since he took over? Historic disruptions in the supply chain, all flights across the country being grounded. And now we have one of the worst train derailments leading to potentially the worst ecological disaster in American history. This will prove to be the most disastrous diversity hire ever. Easily.
All right. So what do we see? We see that this is orchestrated. They're causing this on purpose. What y'all got?
All praise. The Bible is crazy, like in Christianity and our people, they don't understand that we have a people that hate us. We have a people that God calls our enemy. God describes somebody in this Bible that you got to attribute that attribute to somebody, but they would not do that. Give me that in Proverbs chapter 4 verse 16. Let's see what the Bible says about somebody on the earth right now so our people could wake up and realize, you know what? I never thought it was nobody. I always thought the devil was a spirit floating around here or somebody with a pitchfork and a tail. Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 16.
Read.
For they sleep not, except they have done mischief.
Understand, there are a group of people on planet Earth that don't sleep until they done had some people killed, till some people have died. That's in their makeup. That's in their DNA. That's how God created them. Read.
And their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall.
That's what we keep seeing. The Tuskegee experiment, slavery, Jim Crow. As you continue to watch this happen, the Indians, they broke 400 plus treaties. Somebody got to die whenever you're dealing with a certain group of people on planet Earth. The Bible describes them.
Hey, real quick. What a lot of people don't understand. Do me a favor. Go to the next article about the wildlife being affected by the chemicals in Palestine. Read that.
Ohio. Fish and wildlife dying up to 100 miles away from the blast site, causing water companies to enact emergency measures in the next state.
Go to the next one. All right. So it says dead fish and cattle being reported as far as 100 miles away. 100 miles away is showing you what? They dropped it in different designated spots because they know exactly what it was created to do. 100 miles away, you got cows and fishes popping up dead.
Right.
100 miles away. Go to the next one with the chickens. Watch this.
A woman 10 miles from East Palestine, Ohio, found all her chickens dead. If it can do this to chickens in a night, imagine what it will do to us in 20 years.
Right, and that's exactly what they want. Just like the Chinese virus, right? Some people got it and nothing happened to them, but think about now, 2-3 years later, people just dropping. Just dropping dead for no reason. Never had heart issues, but now they're dying.
Right.
Okay, go to the one with the chickens. Go to the video.
So I walked up to the cage, and this is what I found.
Amanda Brashears was going to feed her 5 hens and rooster this morning when she discovered them all lifeless, practically in the same position, with no signs of a predator entering their enclosure.
I'm beyond upset and quite panicked because they may be just chickens, but they're family.
Brashears says her...
You know, Esau ain't right. You know, she probably doing something with the chickens.
Right.
But it's just showing you the cattle is dropping dead, the fishes, the chickens dropping dead. Obviously, this is one of those things where you may die 2-3 years later after this.
Right.
And they're just going to blame it on, oh, no, they had pneumonia and da-da-da-da-da. Yep. Now, this is strategic. And understand this, brothers and sisters, they have the technology to make sure it targets one specific demographic or group of people, and that's us.
Right.
That's us. That's why everything is going on today. All the wars, rumors of wars, is happening because of the children of Israel.
Right.
All right, understand that thing. That's right. The Palestine, not acid, but chemicals spill into Canada. Pull that one up, please. Read that.
Update from Ohio. One of the residents of Canada. It's bigger than Ohio. I am across Lake Erie in the southern Canadian province of Ontario at Niagara Falls. And my family and I have had continuous headaches for seven days straight. We can literally smell the chlorine here in Canada. It's more than we're told.
Damn. So you see, so this happened in Palestine, Ohio. Now it's reached all the way up to Canada. That's farther than 100 miles.
Right.
You understand? Then they just did another one. It's not too far away in Detroit. And but you got Houston. They know exactly what they're doing. Understand this is not a coincidence. Go to the cover-up. Go to the cover-up about people who's actually trying to report and do their job as journalists and reporters. Let's see what's happening to them. Well, this is the blackout, the media blackout. Then we're going to go to the reporters. Play that.
So this is Chernobyl happening in the United States right now. Those are the words being shared all across social media and around the world about a train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, not far from where I used to live in Ohio. These are the words being said in China on social media in China and on Chinese television. But over the past 48 hours, if you turned on television in China or read social media in China, you would have seen amazing images of the Ohio train derailment that involved 50 trains. 10 of these train cars were carrying highly toxic chemicals known as vinyl chloride, among other chemicals we'll get to. These cars were burning for days, shooting highly toxic chemicals into the air, creating a dark plume of smoke that could be seen from outer space, by the way. Yeah, it was seen from outer space. And so this coverage could be readily accessed in China. And they're rightly saying or calling this America's Chernobyl event, where a town could permanently be devastated, people never coming back home again. This part of Ohio could be ruined for years, waterways ruined. We won't know the full extent of it yet, and we might not for years, by the way. And in fact, the word Chernobyl trending on Twitter this afternoon. Here it is. Hundreds of thousands of tweets all about Chernobyl. But turn on your television in the United States, and the coverage was and has been total silence.
So here's
on
the
this
thing.
story.
Here's the thing about it. This is a very serious situation.
Right.
That's going to have, like, for example, when nuclear waste and toxic chemicals, like your child could be born with a deformity.
Right.
You know, these are the type of things now cancer cells can start growing within inside of you. this is a serious thing, but America's like, okay, on to the next, on to the
Right.
next. There's a reason. There's a reason why they're doing this. Yes,
Yes, sir.
Let me get a precept real quick. Give me Psalm chapter 50, verse 19. What you see going on here, trust me, the Most High God is not pleased with what's going on. However, he already made his mind exactly how he's going to do things. The Most High God is very strategic in his move.
That's
Read that for me.
Psalms chapter 50, verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth mischief. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
Read.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
Everything that you see going on here, the slaughter of the children of Israel, these chemical stuff that they do, and the water, we got a phone call.
Okay, we'll take a quick call. Hey, Shalom caller, what's your question or your comment?
Sorry?
Hey, Shalom caller, what's your question or your comment?
I have a comment.
Hey, okay, go ahead, bro.
Hey, how you doing? I just have a.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Go ahead. You go ahead, bro. I can hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Yeah, I just have a comment about the what's it called? This is bro Nahum for IUIC Detroit.
Okay.
So we had this. What's crazy is that about the deceiving elect in Matthew 24 and 23.
Okay, you go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, bro. All right. We'll take the next call. Am I tripping?
No.
Okay. Do we have another caller?
Yes, sir.
All right, pick it up. Shalom caller, what's your question or your comment?
Hi, I'm actually wanting to call in to call in reference to the statements where they were just talking about the chemical losses and things with children. I actually wanted to call in because I actually am a part of that, I believe. I actually just went through an actual loss a few days ago.
Sorry to hear that, sis.
With my 20-week son. And I'm actually also going through some things with my husband as well. He's decided he wants to leave. So I wanted to just call in and just get some feedback on, talking about, I do believe Black people are targeted, because I didn't get any reasons to why, I did have such a loss. Like I said, he was a 20-week loss. So, I am dealing with the process of having to bury him still. And, I'm also dealing with the issue with my husband as well. So I wanted to just call in and just get some insight and just some feedback because I feel like I don't know whether I'm coming or going.
Sis, let me ask you, how long you been in the faith? How long you know you Israel?
Let's see, I'm still new to this. This is still new. I would say now maybe about a year.
Okay. So understand this, sis. So you went through a miscarriage. Now you say your husband wants to leave you. Give me Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. I know it's a lot on you right now, but understand this. When you come to serve the Lord, you're going to go through trials, okay? There may have been a point in time where you prayed for the Most High to show you something, and he's actually showing it to you now, okay? So watch this. I got a few scriptures for you, all right? Watch this.
The book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right, prepare thy soul for temptation, meaning you're going to go through some trials, sis. Ain't no doubt about it. You can't get around that thing. Go ahead.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, meaning even through this time, I know you said you don't know if you're coming or you're going, but obviously the Most High trying to show you something with you said your husband. Y'all are legally married, right?
We're legally married.
Legally
yes.
married. Now, he wants to depart and go his separate ways. Does it have anything to do with this truth? Is it because you believe in the Bible now? That's why he wants to go separate ways?
I'm not even sure. We've had kind of some issues, and he's basically he's stating he's wanting kids, and this isn't the first miscarriage. We've had some miscarriages prior to that, so it is a struggle. This particular time, we actually thought that this was actually going to be a positive pregnancy, But we, like I said, it's a 20-week loss. So we didn't actually have to be having to bury a physical body. So it is a lot on both parts. But there's no support, basically. Basically, he doesn't want to hear about it. He doesn't want to talk about it. There's just no support.
Okay. Now check this out. Give me Sirach 37 and 12. Sirach chapter 37, verse 12. It says this is what you need to do. Wherever you are located, you need to find your nearest Israel United in Christ sanctuary, because you said there's no support. You cannot do it by yourself. Right. You need the support of the righteous. Okay? You need the support of the righteous. If he's going to jump ship right now, okay, it is what it is. But Lord's will, y'all could get through this and he could come in too. But at the end of the day, sis, you're going to go through some trials as soon as you decide to serve the Lord. Watch this.
The book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
Right, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord. Now, granted, you didn't know better. You didn't know better when y'all got together, but now you do. So understand this thing. God always commanded our sisters to be with godly men. There's a reason why. Watch this.
Whose mind is according to thy mind.
Meaning what? Y'all both want to serve the Lord and please God. Read.
And will sorrow with thee.
And will do what?
Sorrow with thee.
He'll support you. Go ahead.
If thou shalt miscarry.
If thou shalt miscarry. So understand this, sis. When it comes to miscarriages, it's not far-fetched. And understand that God is in control. Last script, Ecclesiastes 11 and 5. It's the Most High that allowed that to happen, sis. And it's not for us to understand how God does things, but it's for us to do what? When we're in our despair, it's our jobs to seek him even more, okay? And the Most High is allowing these things to happen so you can do just that. Read that verse for me, please.
Ecclesiastes chapter 11 and verse 5. As thou knowest, not what is the way of the Spirit.
Right, we don't know the way of the Spirit. We don't understand those things. That's for God, because God created us. We are the creatures. He's the creator. Read it again.
As thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit.
Read.
Nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child.
Right. We don't understand how the babies form, going in from the seed and the egg, how that comes together. We don't understand that thing. Read.
Even so, thou knowest not the works of God who maketh all.
Right. And then one more, Deuteronomy 32:39. So at the end of the day, these scriptures should comfort you, knowing what? It's not for us to understand why God does what he does.
Right.
Okay? But understand that he is God and he can deliver you out of the situation. As a matter of fact, give me the one in 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. I don't want the one in Deuteronomy anymore. 1 Samuel chapter 2. All right, sis. Give me verse 6.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 6.
Come on.
The Lord killeth and maketh alive.
Come on.
He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
Read.
The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up.
Verse 8.
He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them.
Right. So you're in a low point right now, but understand the power of God. You may be low today, but sis, you endure, you come amongst the brethren and the sisters, and you will get through this low point, because the Most High has the power to raise you up from a low point. Sis, so never forget that thing. There is a God, but right now, sis, you do not need to be by yourself. You need to find your nearest Israel United in Christ sanctuary, and you need to go fellowship so you can lift up your spirit and you can learn how to serve the Lord the right way.
That's right.
Okay?
Amen. Shalom.
All right, shalom, my sister. All right. Let's get to let's, for the sake of time. Now we got to get the cover up. Give me that article. Give me the video with them shutting down the news reporters. Give me that, and then we'll go to topic 2. We're gonna go a little faster.
Yes, sir.
I don't want that one. Give me the next one. Yeah. Give me that. Play it.
You know, the fact that we're not seeing a wall-to-wall coverage on the vinyl chloride train derailment situation and explosion happening out in East Palestine, Ohio, is kind of insane, because an entire town can't return home because the water is contaminated. The livestock and the crops are being destroyed, and reporters are being arrested. Now, reporters are being arrested because they're trying to follow up on this airborne toxic event and chemical spill out in Ohio that was due to the train derailment, okay? The train was seen with wheels on fire in Salem, Ohio, okay, at the Fresh Mart meat processing plant. Okay, it was 20 miles away from its final destination. Okay, thousands of dead fish and water are contaminated. There's dead chickens 10 miles out, and there's big problems in the Ohio River. Here's the actual footage of this reporter getting arrested.
All right, go to the, pause that, go to the last video. Well, yeah, this one right here. Play that.
A journalist was arrested after reporting on a press conference. Evan Lambert, a correspondent for News Nation, was reporting live from Governor Mike DeWine presser.
You cannot do this. I'm a reporter with News Nation.
When he was allegedly told to be quiet by officers on site.
Right. What was he reporting on? Remember, it says East Palestine, Ohio. That he was reporting on a situation with the chemicals, and then they told him to stop. He continued, and this is what happened. Go ahead.
Sorry, Evan. I'm sorry. Thank you, Sia. Roll over, sir.
After Lambert's live report, law enforcement tried to forcibly remove him from the event.
This is horrible. Can someone help me? Yeah,
he now faces charges for disorderly conduct and criminal trespassing.
I'm sorry.
Governor DeWine has condemned the arrest.
All right, so you can take it down. So showing you, bro, they're trying to really keep this thing under wraps, but this is not on the magnitude of like 9/11 because of the fatalities, but this is like something like that should be high like that. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like the earthquake with Turkey, like it should be something like, hey, do y'all realize what just happened?
Right.
People are going to be like messed up for the years to come.
Right.
But America's downplaying. Let's get to topic 2 real quick, and then we'll end today's show. Topic 2, play that.
World of confusion.
All right, let's get into it. Can men get pregnant? Read that.
Can men get pregnant?
What the hell?
Is it possible? Yes, it's possible for men to become pregnant and give birth to children of their own. In fact, it's probably a lot more common than you might think. In order to explain, we'll need to break down some common misconceptions about how we understand the term man.
There it is. Confusion. Land of confusion right there.
What is
God,
this?
Genesis, we got to keep hammering these scriptures.
Right.
Just like we got to keep hammering
now,
Matthew
dog.
24. We got to keep hammering this because obviously the word has lost its damn mind.
Right.
Genesis 1:27 and 1 Timothy 5:14. All right, watch this, y'all.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 27.
Come on.
So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female.
What?
Male and female.
Male and female. We go to the Bible to get the definition. Male and female made he them. 1 Timothy 5 and verse 14. Obviously, God did not create men to have babies.
That's right.
That's why he took the woman from man so that we could do what? Be fruitful and multiply.
That's right.
All right? Read what you got.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 14.
Come on.
I will therefore that the younger women marry.
IT is 14. Read that again.
Verse 14. I therefore that the younger women marry. Bear children.
Do what?
Bear children.
Bear children. That's what a woman is created to do. Bear children. We got a call? All right, we'll take a quick call. Hey, Shalom caller, what's your question or your comment? Hey, Shalom caller, what's your question or your comment?
Hey, Shalom, Most High Christ bless.
Sign Christ bless you.
This is Brother Daniel from IUIC, Connecticut.
Okay. What's your question or your comment, bro?
I was watching your classes now, and it's amazing. Somebody has sent me something on that, and this guy have a stick, and he's digging in the water, and a bunch of chemicals is coming up out of the ground. I don't know if you guys posted that or seen that, but I could maybe send it to you on Telegram so you can show it, so you can see it for yourself.
Yeah, send that. I haven't seen it. All praise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And good job, you guys. Shalom, Most High Christ bless. I'm going to send it to you on Telegram.
Okay.
IUIC, Connecticut.
All praise. All right, Most High Christ
All
bless
praise.
you. Hey, we gotta finish,
Christ
man. We gotta finish. No more callers. I'm sorry. Let's get into the next one. Is God gender neutral? Oh gosh, yeah. Read this.
Church of England to consider use of gender neutral terms for God.
Hey man, this place, this place is done, bro. You done. That's blasphemy right there to the fullest, bro. Read. I'm sorry. Read it. Yeah, put it back up. Read on.
Scroll down. The Church of England is considering whether to stop referring to God as he, after priests asked to be allowed to use gender-neutral terms instead. The church said it would launch a new commission on the matter in the spring. Any potential alterations, which would mark a departure from traditional teachings dating back millennia, would have to be approved by Synod, the church's decision-making body. The RT Reverend Dr. Michael Ipgrave, Bishop of Lichfield and Vice Chair of the Liturgical Commission responsible for the matter, said the church had been exploring the use of gender language in relation to God for several years.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Give me Exodus 15:3. Easy precept. It don't matter what you've been discussing. God is a man. How do we know? Because we have it in the Bible. Read
That's
that.
right. It's ridiculous.
Exodus chapter 15 and verse 3.
Watch this, y'all.
The Lord is a man of war.
The Bible said the Lord is a man of war. Point blank simple. That's it, right?
That's it.
You had something?
Yes, sir. Just to add to what you're saying, Cap. As you see this wickedness, God, give me Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Just to add to that, God is a man of war, and as y'all see, they're trying to confuse and create. God said He ain't the author of confusion. None of that is of God. Read that.
Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Who has changed the truth of God into a lie?
The truth of God. God said He created man and woman. That's the truth. Read.
And worshipped and served the creature more than the creator.
Read.
Who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause, God gave them up to vile affections.
Everything you're hearing is vile affections, where you don't know what a man is and a woman is. The definition been there for thousands of years, but all of a sudden it's changing now that we got internet and more wicked opportunities for their sorceries to kick in. But read it again. Finish that.
For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
That's what God is talking about, the vile affections. Women want to be in the man's place, men want to be in the woman's place, going into that homosexual lifestyle. That's
right.
it.
Hey, real quick, for the sake of time, let's go to food stamp alert. Food stamp alert. All right, it's getting real out here in these streets.
Right.
Read that.
Millions of Americans are about to be forced to cut up to $258 a month out of their grocery budgets as emergency food stamps suddenly end in March.
In March, that's what, next month, ain't it? All right, read.
Come March, millions of Americans will see their SNAP benefits drop drastically, some by over $200. A pandemic-era SNAP expansion is winding down in March.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's it on that. Hey, let's get into the Nord Stream pipeline. Nord Stream pipeline. Yep, read that.
The USA and Norway reportedly blew up to the Nord Stream pipeline release.
No, read it again.
The USA and Norway reportedly blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, releasing 400,000 tons of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere.
Yeah, I've seen it. Bruh, the toxic gas, now the Nord Stream pipeline, it goes to Germany up north. Pull up that map of the Nord Stream pipeline so that people can see it, where it runs. So go to the bottom, starts in Germany, and it goes up to Finland, okay? And this is, of course, underwater, and this is how they transport the natural gases, okay?
Right.
So go back to that report. Read that.
A deliberate climate disaster. Weird how all the climate change fanatics are completely quiet about.
Okay, the USA and Norway reportedly blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. So it says the United States is always in some always in some mess. Give me Revelations 11 and 18 for the sake of time, just real quick. All you see, train derailment. The semi tips over with toxic gas. Now you got them destroying the Nord Stream pipeline, which was releasing toxins all over the world. That's what they do. Read the verse.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 18.
Come on.
And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and thine time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that they shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets.
Right, that day is coming. Our salvation, our deliverance, and our due reward is coming. All right, read.
That's right. And to the saints.
And to the saints, go ahead.
And them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
Right, and destroy them which destroy the earth. And it is no doubt about it. Who's responsible? Who's the culprit for bringing destruction on the earth? It's your friendly neighborhood white man.
That's right.
I don't care what you say. It's got to be him. There's nobody else doing what he's doing on the earth today.
The Bible describes him as death.
Exactly. It's death and hell. Go ahead. Oh, no, that's in on that. Russia's ultimate goal. Nope. Go to the next one. Russia's ultimate goal. Yeah, read that.
Russia State TV says eliminating U.S. military is ultimate goal.
Right, that's the ultimate goal. All the nations feel the same way. It's just a matter of time. Most putting that spirit on them slowly but surely. All right, and last one, Israel's damage. Last one, Israel's damage. Follow me, y'all. Go ahead.
Arab leader warns Israel is damaging Middle East stability. An Arab League meeting in Cairo saw many regional leaders condemn Israel's unilateral measures, targeting Palestinians in Jerusalem and the West Bank for deepening regional turmoil.
Right. We always have to keep a close eye on the unification of Ishmael.
Right.
All right, we know 2 Ezra 15, it's only a matter of time. When you see Ishmael start to unite like that and join with Iran, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. All right, so, hey, all praise to the Most High. It's been another episode of Writings on the Wall. Normally we do the vote, but Samson had to leave early.
Right.
So he ain't really been there for a minute. So it wouldn't be fair. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and sign off. Hey, all praise to the Most High. Thank y'all for tuning in. To my right.
Shalom, Officer Obadiah.
Oh, Officer Obadiah mad because y'all ain't vote today.
Shalom,
No, not at all. I just play. Hey, all praise to the Most High. Hey, we'll be back, Lord willing, with another show. And with that, we say shalom.